Hey everybody, welcome back. How you guys doing today? Alright then, so we are into July and it's harvest season time. Hey Jay Booth, how you doing buddy? Yeah, so I've got this field to go. I think I've got one down by the whoa, water silo. That big field down there to get done. You're doing good? Good, glad to hear it. And I'm just crashing into everything like a yeah. Well, obviously, I do need this trailer. Oh, actually, I've got one right there I could use. Hey, cool. Stop you there. Alright, yeah, I'm going to be focusing on this field to start off with, and then we'll transfer over to the other one. I do have some contracts ongoing at the minute to make some money, so I need to keep an eye on those guys. But yeah, hey Viking, how you doing, buddy? Righty. So let's get us in position. I think somewhere about here should be fine. Nothing's going to be coming up there, so that's fine. There we go. And we'll jump over to here. Righty, while I think about it, let me... Yeah, hopefully my internet will semi-behave today. We'll see. But there you go. There is a shout out from Mr. Viking Streamer. So if you're not following him, make sure to click on that link. Give him a follow. If you're on YouTube, you can follow it or subscribe to his channel there as well, actually. So it's basically Viking Streaming 2021. There we go. We do need straw swath, so let's come in here and heck, I can never remember which one it is. Harvester, header, grain. I think it's grain. I thought I had it saved, unless I've gone blind in my old age. Mowers load. Combine grain, there it is. That's the one I want. Centralize you. There we go. Cool. Right then, so Mr. J Booth's doing good. Glad to hear that. And obviously Mr. Viking is doing pretty good. I'm a little tired after a long day at work, and you're very, very welcome on that shout out. So yeah, what I'm going to try and do for the minute is just stay out of Discord. Obviously, is see how the stream goes to start off with, and maybe after the sort of halfway break, I'll maybe jump in and have a chat with Dave or Viking if they want to jump in as well, or anybody else in the SGA. So yay! But yeah, for now I'm just going to focus on harvesting. Also, I'm going to try and do some baling afterwards as well. But I want to get this field done. My second field, which is 45 down here, both need harvesting. So let me change this just to show you how things are going. Obviously, the nice thing is once I've got this 41 harvested, I can then actually merge it with this little bit of extension that I did end of last year, excuse me, which is kind of nice. So that'll make that field a little bit bigger. So yeah, overall, I've got 35, 52, 46 almost ready. I think next month they should be ready to harvest. Then that will just leave a few, plus obviously all the orchards, to go through and get done. But yeah, as you can see, I do have a few contracts ongoing. I've already done field 5, field 21. They're done and dusted. I did have a contract for 34, which I harvested and finished that yesterday. I've got a plough mission currently on 20, so he's just slowly working through that. I've got field 7, which is almost finished. I think he's on probably the last strip at the minute. And obviously 50 and 49 currently have contracts. Obviously fertilised on 50 and a harvest on 49. After that I do need to then focus on 30, 29 and 10, I think was the other one I've currently got yet. The other one that I find really interesting, I don't know if you guys get it as well. Now obviously field 4 is actually ready to harvest this canola field, okay? Now if I come down to the contracts, and right here, field 4 says it needs to be ploughed. It's like you've got a crop that's ready to harvest, but you're going to plough it in. Why? And I've had this actually a few times before. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to take probably a little bit of a loan, purchase the field, harvest it, and then sell the field afterwards. So basically do a field flipping with that one. It's really becoming annoying with these contracts where you have a nice field that's ready to harvest and they just want to plow it in. It's like, why? So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll get on to doing that today, but I will attempt to. If not, I'll probably do it Friday. Just something quick. This sign on the drywall and glue factory looks a little funky. Not sure if it's just my settings or not. Now, obviously, I didn't set set up initially those two factories. They were actually Dave's. But we can jump over there in a sec. Actually, while I'm stopped here, let me jump over there and have a little look, actually. Looks like I've got mine right next to each other. Round about somewhere in amongst this mess here. There's a graveyard. Drywall. Okay, let's have a little look. See, that one definitely... it might just be where it was converted from 19 to 22, really. But yeah, obviously it does have a little board on the back there with the writing. Ooh, obviously where it's scaling up, it may look a little bit off. But yeah, let's have a look at National Gypsum, which is obviously the drywall. Yeah, they look not too bad. They are a little bit fuzzy, but yeah. It's a sign when you're building it. Okay. Oh, the display maybe? Is that what you mean? PV mods, I think that's the tier 2. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look. It may be of what that could be if I can find them. Is either tier 2 or tier 3, I can never remember. Glue factory, there's one. Let's see if we can find a open dish space. There we go. Let's have a little look. Yeah, looking at that, it looks okay. So obviously sometimes if it's saved in the wrong format and then converted to the correct format, they sometimes look a little bit weird, but that looks pretty clear to me on that one. I think I've pretty much gone through most of them, if not all of them now actually, and this should be okay. But yeah, they look okay to me there. So yeah, it could be just your settings there, JBooth. Yeah, I know in the early days when we were first setting up the map, I did make a few little mistakes along the way when doing those displays. But yeah, we actually got them sorted out. So yeah, that's probably all it is. Right, so let's jump in here. Oh, hang on, man truck. Oh, that's okay at the minute. But yeah, right, there we go. How is the Mr. Alpaca doing today? I am doing not too bad, thanks, Mr. Viking. So I ended up getting hold of the fiber internet company yesterday. And the reason it's taken so long is they're trying to actually find a way to be able to get cables into the flat. It seems like the initial way they're going to do it can't be done. Obviously drilling it straight through the wall is not going to happen now from the sounds of it. So they've actually had investigation teams out looking at the tower block and stuff where I live. They've had cameras brought in to have a look at like the voids and stuff to see if they can run cables. No go there, and yeah. So from what I can kind of gather, excuse me by the way, there's going to be a huge possibility that I'm not going to be able to get fibre fitted into this flat, which is a pain in the bum. It really is a pain. Obviously, I'm going to give them one more week because they are going to be doing further checks and stuff this week to see if they can do something at least. Because obviously, a number of people have inquired about getting the broadband or the fibre fitted. So obviously next week I'm going to give them to a deadline to next week. If they can't do anything, I am actually going to go out and look at just getting normal broadband again. It's going to be a pain, but the thing is I've already got the landline fitted for like the data cable. And yeah, it's a absolute pain, but yeah. The worst thing is I had a little look yesterday afternoon after I spoke to them at like broadband deals. As DC Sparks, thank you very much for the follow and welcome in, buddy. How you doing today? But yeah, yeah. So I went actually on Google, did a quick search for like broadband deals in the area, and a lot of them right now are coming up with fiber. It's like, really? So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of phoning around next week and look at see if I can find actually somebody that just does bog standard broadband, really. So that isn't too expensive, and that was obviously the reason we cut with our last contract, because it was getting quite expensive. Plus, obviously the broadband provider we were using was a little bit crap. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I've given them until next week, and then if still no go, yeah, I'll just have to look into some other means. But yeah, this dongle that I'm currently using I think it's got another week anyway on the current user contract, whatever it is thing, before it has to be topped back up. So I don't really want to, but I may have to put it on another month. But it's like £20 for whatever I get up and download. It's not great, but it is something to keep me at least in contact with you guys, being able to kind of stream when it behaves. I know obviously the last stream I did, it kind of in and out a little bit at times, and yeah, but yeah. But for now, I'm just going to focus on my game right now and enjoy the stream, really. So yeah. But obviously, if any of you guys do have any questions about the map itself, or you have any issues, you are more than welcome to pop it in chat and we will look into it. Now, obviously, saying that, oh, please don't. Only kidding. Obviously, the last stream, it was brought up that some of the bridges are receiving products if it's set to distribute, so like nails, metal, stuff like that. Now, obviously, yesterday I did actually do a couple of quick tests on brand new save games. One was just the PV mods itself, and then I actually added in a second with all what I've got on here. Excuse me. So I got something stuck in my throat. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, and every time I did the test, it did nothing. It didn't distribute to it or anything. Have I tested the corn yet? Hey, Mr. NBC. No, I haven't tested the corn. I think I've got a field ready. But how you doing, buddy? Oh, dang, you beat me. Now, one thing to bear in mind. But yeah, if you're not following Mr. NBC Master Dad, make sure to click on that link. Give him a follow, guys. Obviously, he was doing a bit of Sunken Land yesterday, as well as some Wreckfest and all that. But yeah, definitely check him out, because you never know what he's going to do. Now, just quickly going back to this. Now, obviously, in the settings, there is one thing. This priority systems, you need to keep this set to on. At any time you turn this off, the priority systems are going to be basically deactivated, allowing you to distribute to productions, the bridges, and so on with the building product. Please, guys, don't do it, because obviously I'm guessing at some point I've tested it on here, hence why I've actually got products now going into my bridges like nails. Obviously, if you've got a lot of the stuff built already and you're not too worried about losing a bit of product, by all means turn that off. But yeah, please don't play around with that, because that is what I can figure out. This is what's causing people to have products going into the bridges. Obviously, I spoke to Dave briefly on Discord, messaging and stuff, because obviously internet was sort of in and out, so I was just messaging him on my phone and such. And he's had no issues. Obviously, he's not even touched any of this. Obviously, I'm guessing at some point I may have turned it on and off. I have no idea, just to see what was all about while on the map, and hence why I've now got some products going into the bridges. But obviously, at the minute, I am trying to save up. The only thing I'm not really worried about, because obviously these nails, because I get so much of the blinking stuff, so I don't mind losing a few. But yeah, so if you're starting up a new save game, do not change that priority systems thing, because it is potentially going to screw your game up, and you're going to lose products. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And obviously, yeah, it's on your head if you do. So, right. Oh, now you can hear me. Yeah. How you doing there, DC Sparks? And obviously, thank you for that follow. Much appreciated, buddy. Yeah. And oh, that's a point. There was something I did miss. I did see it pop up, but what was it? Hydrate and a stretch from Mr. Viking. There we go. I will get that once this combine turns around. Doing well, how are you? Not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. Obviously, still waiting to hear back from Mr. Dave regarding the hops issue. Hopefully, he's going to be able to actually, oh, excuse me, get the harvesting without seasons working, plus being able to demolish them by this weekend with any luck, but we shall wait and see. Come on, line up, line up, line up. There we go. I have never had an issue with things distributing to wrong places, but I've not played around with the settings. Yeah. Actually, Viking, you might be able to do me a quick favour, because obviously you've got all the buildings built on your test map, hopefully, still. Could you, or have you actually had Campbell's up and running yet? And obviously this is for anybody, quickly. Has anyone got Campbell's built and actually up and running, produced some products coming out of it yet? I wonder if any of you guys have had an issue spawning pallets, because obviously, I think it was the last update for Campbell's. I did remove a invisible trigger, I think it was, left over from 19 that was blocking it from spawning properly. It was either from 19 or Wolf Creek, I'm not sure. Obviously, I was wondering if anybody else has had an issue, because I did have a message come through yesterday, I think it was, from somebody playing on the map saying, "Oh, I've got products, but I can't spawn them out. It's set to spawn in the menu and nothing's coming out." So, yeah. There we go. I'm just wondering if anybody else has had that same issue. Oh, let's turn you on. But yeah, there's that, and oh yeah, so drink and a hydrate. So right, drink and no, drink and a stretch. Yep, and there's a stretch. We're having a weird issue. Maybe someone can put some insight on. What's the issue there, Mr. DC Sparks? There we go. So yeah, those trees are growing quite nicely up there. They're coming through fine. Try to place a composter in it. Hangs saying placing item on the server. Okay, that's an interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really know servers much. Now, obviously, the only thing I've ever really had, let me just come in here, I don't know if it's going to do it on any of these, but every now and again, so briefly there, it comes up with loading. I've occasionally had it hang on that, where I've had to actually crash and reload when placing, but not even that one's fine now. Yeah, it could be processor speeds. I have no idea, to be honest. On a server though, see like that there, so where it just held there for a moment. Basically what that's doing is pulling in all the assets. So, but with the composter, that is a like tier 1 little thing. So yeah. Roughly how long has it been on that? Because yeah, obviously I only do really single player, so I don't really know much about servers and how they really react to things. Hey Oppies, how you doing? Uh, yeah. Okay. So yeah. You let us sit for a moment. Yeah. Obviously, the only thing I can think of is possibly it's still trying to draw in the assets for the textures and such. Yeah, G Portal. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody more technical minded than me is probably the best person to speak to. But yeah, I've never heard of that actually, to be honest. Maybe Dave later. Obviously, I know he's done some server stuff. He's a map creator. He may be able to shed a light on that. But yeah, that's a very strange one as well. Not sure. Very, very weird. But yeah, if you do figure it out, let me know, because I might make a note of it in case somebody else has the same issue. But one thing, oh, what I remember as well, actually, now how many we've got here? About 15 people, so that's not too bad. So let me stop that there so I don't go too far. I want to do an announcement, and it's becoming kind of a regular thing. Let me go to my desktop a sec. I need to open up the mod folder switcher. Now, for any of you guys using the mod folder switcher to download the Canyon Crossing map, please do not, under any circumstances, download the PV mod pack to your Canyon Crossing folder. Basically, the map and the entire mod pack is in this button for Canyon Crossing. If you add this to this, your factories are going to be totally and utterly screwed up. You're going to have God knows how many warnings and errors on your save game. Basically, to put it simply, somebody on Facebook messaged me saying, "Oh, I've got the steel factory on the map. I can't see iron ore in the menu." It turned out he had the steel factory from like Wolf Creek and that other mod pack. Please do not mix the mod packs, okay? Obviously, one thing you can do, let me come back into here, you can put all of these maps together. Personally, I'd maybe keep this one separate, but yeah, the other four, at least you can have them all together with just this mod pack, okay? Because the only reason I say keep that one maybe separate is it does have some additional fill types in it that may have an issue, but just in case, keep it separate. But yeah, everything you need is just in that one download button right there. Obviously, these two here have now been completely removed of all mods because people were getting confused or putting it onto their current save games, like Wolf Creek, for example, and it's completely screwing things up, and put them on here, and that was getting screwed up, and yeah. So yeah, keep this in one folder, but then you can put these with this mod pack in another folder. Please don't mix them up with Canyon Crossing. Oh, yeah. So anyone who remembers the steel factory that we had on Wolf Creek and all that, it was like half the size of the one that's on here. It wasn't buildable. It didn't have all the same products. Yeah, this is the issue they're now having. what I've basically said is they're going to have to basically delete their entire mod folder, redown just the Canyon Crossing sync, and possibly have to restart because obviously all those factories that were from that mod pack on the blue button, or the black button, I should say, aren't set up for this map. So just bear that in mind, guys. So, word of warning: if you do, you're going to screw your game up. But anyway, that's my tuppence done for today, and yeah, there we go. Yeah, Oppies is doing good. I'm doing pretty good. You guys hopefully are all doing great. But yeah, yay, yay, yay. But yeah. Oh, so let me see. So you're doing fine. I do need to keep an eye on some of these other guys. I do need to deactivate this when I'm doing contracts and stuff and streaming. It's completely annoying. There we go. Right. Contracts. There we go. So, how are we doing? So details on. Why is oh, yeah, that's the ploughing, that's the fertilizing, so that's fine. That's fine. You're fine. I've just got to deliver these. I'm kind of doing most of them in one hit and then delivering it. And that's getting there. Okay. Well, good timing. There we go. Well, hopefully that's not my yield, is it? Oh, that's horrible. I'm pretty sure I came through. Oh, there we go. Took a moment to kick in. That's good. I almost thought there for a second my soil and all that were completely crap, but they don't seem to be too bad. Right, let's spin you around. Here we go. Doopy 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 doo. But yeah, it is hump day once again, by the way, if you weren't aware. Oh, now I don't know if you guys are into like stargazing, the moon, stuff like that. But today, for the first time in quite a few years, and hopefully that's going to kick in a sec. Behave. I just noticed my connection's kind of gone a bit naff for a sec. Hopefully that'll steady out in a second and I'll carry on what I'm saying. Come on, stabilise yourself. It's still showing red, so it might be a little laggy for the minute. Let me pause my... start you again. You're around about right. So, yeah, if you're into, like, the stars, or the moon, stuff like that, obviously today, for the first time in quite a few years, we're actually getting a blue moon this evening. Well, it's actually a super blue moon from what I understand. So what that basically means is it's a second full moon in the same month, which is kind of cool. And obviously where the moon is that little bit closer to the Earth, it's like humongous. There we go. But yeah, so hopefully if you've got nice weather out there around the world, maybe pop outside for a little while, look up at the moon and see if you can spot any difference to it. Now obviously technically it's not going to be blue, that's just the name of it. But who knows, you may see a smurf or two. I'm kidding guys, I'm kidding. Right, let me reload my stream manager. Yeah, the worst thing, I think what it is the time of the day for me is obviously 5:30 in the evening, so a lot of people are coming home from work, they're jumping on their phone, on the internet, and I think that is the big issue with my little dingly dangly dongle, is trying to compete with all those other people. But yeah, fingers crossed it'll sort itself out. Come on, behave. Let's see, CPU is doing 1%, I've got 60 FPS, kilobytes a second, 5,894, and it's still showing red. Yeah, the sooner I can get the freaking internet sorted out, the better, that's for sure. There we go. But yeah, how's everybody doing? What are you guys up to today? Obviously, I'm hoping you're not working and lurking. If you are, thank you very much. And my chair is really squeaky. I'm not sure if you guys get it over the stream, but yeah, I've noticed that it really is getting really wobbly, almost to the point like it's going to collapse. So I'm hoping it's not going to, but I think I'm going to have to definitely look into getting a new one sorted out soon. Here in Denmark we call that for Superman. Yeah. I'm just trying to feel around to see if I can actually figure it out. Where is it? Well, it's not the screws, they're all fine. But yeah, a super moon. Hey, Big Daddy, you're working and lurking. Cool, back to lurking. I didn't mean to call you out. You could have carried on lurking, Big Daddy. But yeah, hopefully you're doing good, Mr. Big Daddy. Back to work, yo man, back to work. And hopefully that's going to give you a shout out. There it is. Took a moment there. But yeah, make sure to give him a follow, guys. Oh, so you're doing a bit of 7 Days to Die. Oh, that's cool. That's fine. That's shown fine. That's shown fine. Yep, there we go. Yes, a little bit delayed, but it's getting there. It's getting there. There we go. So what's this? Wheat. Wheat. What did I want wheat for? Can anybody remember? Animal food production, maybe flour. No ideas. But yeah. There we go. Okay, working and lurking. Who would ever do that? Exactly, DC Sparks, exactly. Just playing around with some textures on your silo. Okay. Nice. Nice. And while I remember, Mr. J. Booth on his Trello has set up a new placeable, if I can get it to come up. Now it's for doing the hops, basically. Now he has only tested it on this map, Canyon Crossing, but could potentially go on others if they have the same crop name type. Right, let's get that. I'll see if I can find your Trello. There we go. Now I know I've got JBooth here somewhere. There you are. Yeah, so if you're not doing oh, there you go. Thank you very much. Yeah, mine's taking forever to come up. Yeah, so if you're running without seasons currently active, I'd definitely recommend grabbing hold of that link and going up to JBooth's Trello and downloading that hops placeable. Because obviously at the minute, until Dave does his hopefully next update for the map, hops cannot be harvested without the seasons, so yeah. There we go. But obviously, one thing to bear in mind, if you are using it on a non PvE Canyon Crossing map, may or may not work, because obviously the name has to be the same, the Shamel, what I'm pronounce it. So that's one thing to bear in mind, guys. There we go. But yes, Big Daddy's gone back to lurking. Obviously Big Daddy has been playing a lot of 7 Days to Die on the server with Mr. Dajnet, so yep, definitely catch him when he goes live, and I do believe Mr. Dajnet is going to be going live later on today once again. Not sure if he's going to be carrying on with a bit of 7 Days to Die, or doing maybe that new game, The Sunken. We'll have to wait and see, because I do know that they have set up a server. I know NBC was on there last night. Mr. Big Daddy was there. So you never know. Kind of interested to see how far they've got in just like 24 hours though on the server. From what I briefly seen during NBC's stream, it's getting there already. Got a nice little base starting up. So yeah. But yeah, make sure to click on their links anyway, guys, and give them all a follow. Ow. I got itchy eye. Itchy eye. There we go. But yeah, so far, what are we doing next? I have no idea. I do know at some point I need to get over to Board and Dairy to get some of that chocolate that I got in there the other day made. So I want to get that, oh excuse me, over to Sam Adams, because obviously I want to get some products coming out there. And yeah, you're very, very welcome, Mr. J Booth. Obviously, he did post it on Facebook as well. So if you're part of the PVFS 1922 Facebook group, yeah, you can get it there as well. And how you doing there, Blue7776? There we go. I still need to speak to Dave regarding the herbicide pallets with the orchards and greenhouses. I got no idea why they're not being accepted pallet-wise, but obviously you can still do it with a tanker. And to be honest, it's probably going to be a lot easier doing it that way. TQC5554, how do I get the fish out of the tank on the dock? So you do need the tanker that is set up. So if you come into, I believe it's under animals if I remember rightly, yep, right here you have the fish transport. All you literally do is buy one of them, drive up to next to the tank, and you can take the fish out of there. Actually, I do have one set up over here, if I can find a spot to tab over to. There we go. Yeah, no worries. So there we go. So for anybody interested, obviously this tank right here is for unloading your fish from your boat into. Obviously you got a trigger in the water that you can unload your boat, and then on the dock side you do have this little trigger here. You literally just drive up over the trigger and you can take your fish out from there. Now actually, while I'm here, do I have any lobster cages? I do. Ooh, I've got 18 cages. Ooh. How many? Let's do 10. Can I do 10? Wow. 10 pallets. What? They've got funny capacities then. Oh no. Okay. Where's that going to spawn out? Oh, right there. Okay. Guess what I'm going to be doing, guys? 2 cage. Okay, okay. Oh. Guess what I'm going to be doing in a little while? I need to get this guy on the hired helper, I think. There we go. Time to go do some driving. Right, let me find my little boat. I'm hoping this one will actually upload. It should do. I can't remember if it was this one Dave said or the other one. Let me see. Unknown side. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to give it a try. Now, I do know some people have mentioned about how loud these are. Now, I don't know if Dave's going to change it in any way, but yeah, it is friggin' loud. I do agree with you guys. Oh, can I get him out? Come on, come on. I think I got that a little bit too tight. Let's take that side off. Da, 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 da. That. Sell. Goodbye. There we go. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, hopefully it's not too loud for you guys in game. In the stream. For me, it's just about okay. Here we go. Right, now I don't know if this thing's actually going to auto-load that far over. Stop, 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 stop. Let's see if it'll... Oh, it is picking them up. Oh, look at that. Bonus! Well, that's alright then. It didn't hit any straps, but hopefully that'll stay on there. I might have to pull them back a little bit. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, 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 stop. Oh, cripes. Right, hopefully I've got super strength on. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let me just drop him to where strap is. Now this is the first time I've actually done any lobstering on this map, so this is going to be very interesting. I have no idea how long it's going to take for these cages to fill up, but we will see. There we go. So yeah, if you're not sure on how to do it, so what you do need to do is obviously have bait fish first of all. You also need netting from the Aurora Textiles factory, plus metal, and I believe it was plate that goes into doing these. Whoa, I was nearly right there on the edge. Hey there, KW. How you doing, sir? Yeah, you take them basically to the... Oh heck, what's it called? Under others, where is it, where is it? So you take them to the lobster port, this thing right here. Obviously you can place them on the docks if you want to. And then, yeah, they obviously get your cages out of there. So let's jump in there, let's do the straps again. And let's go for a little drive of the ladder way. Now there's 2 spots currently on the map that you can do the lobster cages, drop them off. The first one is going to be off the map down in the bottom here. This, oh excuse me, the second one is going to be up here. This is actually going to be where I'm heading. Now I've kind of spoken to Dave about it, and he kind of says, all you have to do is drive off the map here, and they should technically unload, and then you just wait, and then there's a little spot up there that you can actually re-pick those cages back up. But yeah, hopefully as I'm going you'll get to see the spots of where you need to get the fish from, and hopefully this internet is going to sort itself out, because I am really getting sick of it now. Yeah, I'm actually getting to the point that it's just becoming unbearable, and I may just end up taking some time off from streaming. It's that bad. See, I've only going to be going like 45 minutes, and already it's dipping right down. It's not even going into the green in OBS. Oh my goodness, but... What I might actually start doing is recording some streams and just uploading it afterwards. Oh, it's horrible, but yeah, that may be one way around it. Oh. But then again, I only need to put up with it for another, what, week or so, hopefully. So, but there we go. Oh. Hopefully you guys are okay out there. Let me reload that a sec, because, yeah, it's not even showing up. Network error, try again. Error, hashtag 2000. But yeah, so far, obviously, along this riverway, I do think I've found all of the triggers now. So, all these ones that have the little buoys next to it, or in the square, that is the triggers for the collecting fish. So, as long as you own a waterways, obviously this one you actually own from the start. Obviously, it needs to be able to rain, and then obviously those traps or triggers will fill with fish. And all you do is literally come along with the boat, and yeah, unload it. Oh, look at that, looks kind of nice actually. But yeah, I think my next purchase may just be the refinery. I have no idea. Obviously, one thing I do need is plastic, but then I need to get into the desert, so I have no idea yet. Obviously, I need to get the pump jacks up and running, which means I need Dell, I need copper by design. Oh, Jesus, too many. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Now, I'm not sure exactly if there's anything down there, and I haven't even looked, to be honest, but obviously if you own that waterways as well, not only will you get access to some of the silos along there, you may even have a trigger or two along there. So bear that in mind. Actually, one thing to do, because obviously this is quite slow, let me see something. So we're into July. Sugar. Yeah, I've got lots of planks there. Hemp I've got tons of. Yeah, not a lot, really, not a lot. Ooh. If I was to sell salt, I could make a lot of money. I could pay off one of my loans for that. Jeez. Ooh, no chance. What have we got there? So we've got plenty of metal I could get rid of. Prefab walls, pretty good, but selling in March. Wood beams in March. Oh, why's it always got to be March? Why can't it be now? Yipes. But this is another good way of making some money. Oh, look at that. Subways, January. Oh, January. It's slowly getting there. Most of that's actually in storage at the minute, so. Buffering, yeah. Oh, heck. That was good timing. Yeah, my little dingly dangly dongle at the minute is struggling. What I might do temporarily is shut down Stream Manager and just bring that up later. I don't need alerts and stuff open. This should be fine. Cloudbot is on, should be okay. And Discord. Let me close Discord and see how we get on. So the only thing I've currently got open is the game and OBS plus the mod folder switcher. Okay. So hopefully that should help to stabilize it a bit, because it's not actually uploading anything else, just through OBS and downloading. So I've got my phone currently on, so I am listening, so yeah, I can see that it's coming in and out a little bit. And hopefully you guys will catch up in a second with the rest of me. I'm almost right to the end now, actually. On my phone it's actually currently showing me just going, almost crashing into one of the triggers there. Let me restart you. So, but I'm going to try and keep going, and hopefully you guys will catch up in a minute. So, just past this last trigger for where you pick up your fish is the edge of the map. Literally the edge of the map. All you have to do is, from what I understand, is drive straight off, and they should According to Dave, unload, and they're not for me. I'm hoping you don't have to actually own it. Interesting. Now, one thing to bear in mind, I will be losing sound from time to time. Yeah, so Dave actually said just drive off the map here and they come off and it's not. Now let me check something. I've got a feeling you have to drive in between those boys there. Like I said, this is the first time I've done it, so... Let's see. Let me undo that. Did any of that disappear? Nope. This is interesting. Let's see. Maybe because they're strapped down that they're not being taken? I don't know. Let's take that off a minute. Now, do I need to unload them manually? That's the thing. Let's stop that there a sec. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Okay. Let's get rid of that a sec. Take that off. Now, does it have to be under the water or something? This is where I lose a cage or two. Let's have a look. Oh, nope, I think that went. Yep, okay, so you have to unload them into the water. Okay, good to know. Yeah, this is literally the first time I've done all this, so it's all new to me. There it goes, okay. There we go. Be right back, need a coffee? Yeah, no worries. I think I'm going to need something a little bit stronger than that by the end of this stream, but... There we go. So yeah, that's all you literally have to do is unload it into the waters here. And you should be good for a little while. Da, 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 da. Oh, just don't fall into the water. Just bear that in mind. There we go. Now, yeah, so unload there. And then what should happen is between the boys underneath, they will start spawning back out where you can actually offload them back onto the old barge there. Yeah, so that's how you do it. So as you can see, they're actually all gone now. So yeah, just unload them manually or auto-load them off just at the end there. From what I thought Dave said the other week, you just drive out and they unload automatically. But yeah, that ain't gonna happen. And oh, didn't mean to hit that. Right, so before I get too far, I need to get some stuff unloaded. Let me jump back to the combine. Right, you're gonna need emptying out as well. So let's do you first of all. But yeah, there you go, guys. The thing is, I was sure I seen Dave unload them manually, but for some reason I thought, oh yeah, they just drive off and they unload for a sec there. But yeah, that is literally how you do it, and then go back maybe a day later and you may even have some already. And obviously the lobsters currently can go into making cat food. I'm not sure if they've been used for anything else, to be honest, but yeah, you never know. Oh, why are you still running? Let's see, so that's mine, this is me. Okay, looks like one of my other hired helpers doing a contract's finished actually. But how you doing there, Don B here? By the Y. And yeah, the stream is a little bit behind again because I'm now watching my phone and I've just unloaded the combine. God blimey, what's that? About It's getting worse and worse and worse. It's getting terrible. But yeah, there we go. We get there, we'll get there, we'll get there eventually. Right, so let's get this filled up. And that one. Well, this guy can really motor. Right, so let's go get this delivered quickly. And here we go. So yeah, I'd say we're maybe... Oh... 10 to 20 seconds delay, so I do apologise. Which is not good. Oh my goodness gracious me. There we go. But yeah, obviously if you do have any questions, I will try and answer them as quickly as I can. But yeah, there is a bit of a delay going on today. Once again. The weird thing is, it wasn't really that bad when I first got the dingly dangly dongle, so I don't know what's going on there. Actually, I do want to check something while I'm here. Google. Let's see what quick test will come up. Probably absolutely crap, but we'll see if it ever gets there. There we go. Internet speed check. I still hear the barge. Yeah, I will get back to that in just a minute, actually, the barge. No, I just jumped out. I'm going to get the guys unloaded quickly and then I'll go back to the barge and get that back to the docks. But yeah, that is one loud barge. What kind of? I don't know if Dave is actually out there. If there's any chance of getting that engine sound lowered a bit. I know a couple of people have actually messaged me asking if it's possible. But yeah, it's redonkulous. But yeah, some of these factories as well I've noticed are really quite loud as well. Sam Adams is definitely one. So what I might actually do while I'm going through sorting out these mod packs and stuff is well, yeah, what I might just do is lower some of those sound files so they're a little bit quieter. Sorry, it looks like your internet speed test is experiencing high demand. Please try again later. Oh, great. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is really loud. Yeah, see, there you go. That is how loud, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be definitely reducing some of these factory volumes. They're really stupid, in my opinion. But yes. Right, so farmers market for this lot. Hopefully I'll be able to clear some of those contracts now as well. There we go. And not there. Let me refresh that, see if I can get it to kick in or not. Actually, I meant is sound loud. Yeah. Nope, still doesn't. Right, let me jump into here a sec. There we go. That's a lot better. Is it possible to turn the sound down? It should be able to. I would have to look into the. It's usually a. I know with the factories there's an actual sound file, and I believe in the i3D you can actually go through and lower that sound. with regards to the boat, yeah, that internet is just not freaking working. Just out of curiosity, let's have a look. Canyon crossing. While that's unloading. Uh, boat pack. Now is that one pack one or pack two? I don't know. Let's have a look at pack one for the minute. So it's got a sound folder. Boat two. Jeez, yeah, that's loud. Let's have a look. Now I know somebody mentioned the other day that it could be edited in the XML. I'm just sort of looking at the minute. Sounds. Oh, there's the lights. The motor speed, different sound. Radius, atlas radius, indoor, outdoor speed. See, one thing you could try and do is reduce the inner and outer radiuses, and then possibly the actual volume line itself, so it's a lot lower. But yeah, not sure. I'd have to. I'll see if Dave can have a look at it anyway, and go from there. Because yeah, they are freaking ear breaking. Obviously, one thing you could do is turn down the volume of the game. That's probably what he'll say is, just turn the game volume down then. Oh, but yeah. Yeah, but I know with the factories themselves, it should be pretty easy. I've done it once or twice before, so yeah. I can definitely sort them out easily enough. Obviously, in game, you could just go into your settings, lower the vehicle volume, but yeah. I don't know. Why should you have to do that just because of a noisy tugboat type thing? But yeah, there we go. But right, let's get this back over here for this combine. Yeah, so Mr. Dave, if you are out there listening and lurking, please can you have a look into lowering the barge's volume down? Where can you get the map? On the Trello. Right, so I'm just typing that there. So there's a little bit. Sorry, there's a little bit of lag for the minute. And obviously, thank you very much to GSUHD8. I am not even sure what that means, or yeah, I'm not very good at deciphering. But thank you very much for the follow there, buddy. Much appreciated. But yeah, if when you finally get up to this part, yeah, on the Trello website, go to Mr. Dajnet, and then you can actually get it from there. Right, so let me pop that there. One sec. CJ Booth chat. Yeah. SGA. What's the S exclamation mark SBA? It should be SGA. I don't know. What, Mr. Viking? But yeah, let me show you when it comes up. So let me go to desktop. Let's see if I can get it to actually come up. That's the thing. Trello. Yeah, my internet is really crap at the minute, so it might get there in a minute. Let me jump over here a sec to unload this guy. Mods. Yep, there we go. So what you want to do is click on that link, come over here to the Trello website, go to Mr. Dajnet Mods, click on that, click on there when it comes up. Obviously, you do have the mod folder, which is what I would recommend anyone using for downloading the map. It's the easiest and quickest way of getting the map and mods in one spot. Obviously, all you have to do is click on here, download the mod folder switcher, install it. It's a simple little program that allows you to sort out your mods and your mod folders. Obviously, it was previously labeled PV Tools, so if you know that from 19, this is exactly the same program, just rebranded. For the map itself, you will need this code, excuse me. Why are you waiting for CC to unlock it? Once you've entered that in the options menu, right here, obviously they'll have a little thing right here. Put that link, code in there, hit unlock, and you'll get this button pop up, and then you can download into your mod folder. Alternately, if you're just starting, I would definitely recommend grabbing this update. This will actually bring you up to date to update 7 for the map and mod pack. Now bear in mind, depending on your internet, it may have a few mods that don't fully download, so you may have to download it a couple of times. Hence why you use the mod folder switcher. It's so much easier, guys. It really is. Also, if you check out my YouTube channel, there is a video tutorial set up to do that. It shows you how to install it and just set it up. It's really simple. You know how to do it, Viking, do you? Okay. I was talking about here to turn it up and down the volume on vehicles. Oh, I don't know. I thought you meant the typo. Get the code if you have the switcher. Yeah. So if you've got the switcher, just come here, go to the why are you waiting for CC. Just literally, you can copy it or type it in manually. Make sure there's no spaces before or after, and also make sure it's exactly as it is shown up there. So yeah, that right there, just copy and paste it into the mod folder switcher and you can get the map that way. But yeah, like I was saying, you can get up to update 7 right there if you don't want to use the mod folder switcher. What you can also do is go over to Dajnet's Twitch channel and put in, because there's been 2 since then, update 8 and update 9, do exclamation mark update 8 and then update 9. And that will give you the links for update 8 and 9. Obviously, download them, then add them into the folder at one at a time. So do 8 first and then 9 first, because there may be some differences. So yeah, make sure you do that as well. But yeah, that's the easy way of doing it. Yeah, and there's the code right there. Why are you waiting for a CC? Obviously, you will need the production revamp mod off of the in-game mod hub. In addition, you will need the Platinum expansion or edition from Giants as well to run the map, because without both of those two, the map will not run correctly or even load, to be honest. So yeah, bear that in mind. And if you're interested in that, now you can see how slow my internet really is. Obviously, you can get it on the Giants website. So yeah, it's only about $20 for that. So yeah, obviously the nice thing with that, you do get the Silver Run map plus all the Volvos and stuff. There we go. Oh, But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, remember, do not, while I'm here, when you come to download, do not add this mod pack or any of these maps in with Canyon Crossing. You basically have the map and the mods all in that one link. So one thing to bear in mind is when you are doing the download, if it's your first one, it will take a while. Obviously once it hits the map, which is the biggest probably mod in that pack, it will kind of stop for a little while, depending on your internet really. So yeah, just let it do its dues. Obviously, when it is finished downloading all of them, there's about 138, I think it is. Hang on, let me just double check. 131, from what I understand. Maybe give or take a few. um, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, but yeah, make sure you do not put this into there at any point. And obviously there is a whole lot of information on Vikings Trello. So if you want any help with regarding what goes into the different factories, check the document out. Obviously at the end of that document as well, there is a whole section set up for the precision farming. Oh, I just looked down at my little red box, turned yellow then green, so it's kind of in and out a little bit. But yeah, loads of information on that document right there. But yeah, if you run precision farming, there is obviously the document set up to show you the different soil types, where it's best to grow crops. But what I am actually going to do for the minute is take a quick break, hopefully allow maybe the internet to stabilize. I'm going to jump over here. I should slow that down a bit because he's a little bit too fast. And I am going to take a quick break and I will be right back, guys. Alrighty guys, I am back. Hopefully you guys are still with me. Right, let's get back into the game. There we go. So, hopefully you enjoyed watching him. Yes, this is a slightly edited combine. Righty then, so you are now finished on field 50. So let's get this finished off. And, oh, we have field 50. Collect that. Field 5. I think that was one of the first ones I did. Let me double check. Yeah, field 5, that can now be completed. So we will collect that one. And we can get this guy back to the... Actually, we got another contract for fertilizer. Let me save that a sec. Hopefully that's not going to drive off. Oh, dang it. And thank you, Mr. Oppies, for the welcome back, and Jay Booth and everybody else, Mr. Viking. And how you doing there, Shawnee? 2469. Obviously, there is a little bit of a lag, so I do still apologise. I can see from my phone that it's a few behind. But hopefully, I really want it to stabilise itself. Just stay there where you are, because it's just gone green again in OBS. So let's see what we got. Fertilising. We're at 50. So what we got nearby? 20. Oh, I should come into here. So we've got 27, 26. I kind of want the lower ones, really. Let's see. Because that's all the way over the other side of the map. Contracts. Something low. So 13. We've got 13, 16, 18. Which is the lowest. So 13 is right there. 16 is over the wall. Where the heck 16? Am I going blind? 16 there. 18. Okay, so yeah, go with 13, and I can actually take a little drive and show you what I've been doing actually yesterday. It's not quite finished yet. Let's take that. Let's take that. 26, 27 are in this area. 20, yeah, so they're in the same area. So I'll take them as well. It's all good to make a little bit of money. So yeah, let's take a little bit of a drive over there, and I can show you what I was doing yesterday, like I was just saying. Now obviously on a Monday stream I kind of explained what I kind of wanted to do regarding the forest area over here. So I have actually extended this road, and I've actually created a bit of a pathway through that forest now. I'm still working out the landscape of where I've kind of smoothed and flattened it off up there, but you can see the progress so far. Cool. But yes, and I need to get the other high harvest to sort out, but yeah, I can now access it pretty easily. I've still got to obviously go in and finish the road so they connect to each other on the other side of that forest, but it's getting there slowly, guys. It's getting there. I need the new DLC or the forestry one. Yes, Jason, you need the forestry DLC, which is the platinum DLC, if you're still there. Righty, let me refresh my phone to see how it's doing. Hopefully you're getting quite close. Oh yeah, you're literally a few seconds behind me now. So, if you wanted to refresh, you might be able to get a little bit closer to where I am currently. I'm actually just going over the bridge, and yep, I'm coming to the top. It's about halfway. Yeah, so it's only literally a few seconds behind now. So, oh, let's hopefully it sticks to that. So yeah. Is this map a one that you have to make your fields? Nope, there are fields already in this map. You have the forestry DLC? Okay, guys, you should be fine then. But yeah, there is plenty of fields already in the map. So literally all of these right here are pre-placed. The same here. All of these over here. Now one thing, if you're running precision farming and you want to do rice or cranberry, the bogs here, they're not actually marked as fields, but you do need to own them to get the best yield. Now one thing to bear in mind, there is several little ponds around the map, and Dave did mention that there may be the same soil types under those ponds. So you could actually expand your fields into ponds as well. But yeah, all of these fields are literally in the map as you go. Obviously some of these I've extended out, made slightly bigger, but yeah, there is, what's it, 50 odd fields in total. And obviously field 9 is bigger than a standard in-game map, so bear that one in mind. And price wise it does go up. God, that is really loud. But yeah, this tractor is not too bad, it's steady, so yeah. But yeah, there is fields, but there is obviously the potential for you guys to make your own fields as well. There's lots of forests out there you could cut down. Obviously there's rocks in those forests as well, and some of these green pasture areas that you'll need to use the rock breaker from the Platinum DLC. If you're not aware, obviously if you come into skid steer attachments, obviously it keeps mentioning about this thing right here, the Paladin SFB 750, you'll need that or something that does the same purpose to be able to break those rocks up, obviously on the land first, and yeah, go from there. But as you can see, obviously I've come through already. Obviously where these concrete slabs are, there was buildings. You can actually break them as well. Obviously I had some on this side. I've actually gone through and just grassed it over for the minute. I am thinking of adding a nice little field into that area there, and possibly another one on this side as well. Obviously I don't want to clump too many factories around. It's already getting quite busy in the centre there. But yeah, this is kind of where I've started off from. Obviously I've now gone through, as you can see, curved it around towards the forest, added a bit of a road up to a certain point, but then obviously where it's gone off at an angle, it's been a bit of a nightmare. Obviously this is the new part that I've currently got up to. I've still got to finish off some painting and such. I've just literally used a gravel road down here, and obviously that's now pointing off towards the forest, which then cuts through the forest itself and onto the other side, so it does make life a little bit easier. So with the factories there, Jason, so there is a lot of them already pre-placed in the map. Most of them are buildable, so bear that in mind. So you'll need to at least get a lot of these productions up and running, like the tier 1, tier 2 stuff, to be able to build some of them. Obviously, once you do start doing the buildables, the ones I would recommend focusing on getting built is the concrete factory and the steel factories. And because that, once you get them up and running, it makes life so much easier than using those little tier 2 stuff. Oh geez, does it take a while. Also in the bogs here, if you actually wander around, take a bit of time out, do some wandering around, you will find some crocodile collectibles in those waters. I found about 3 or 4 the other day. I'm kind of happy. Hey Kilroy, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, this is what I did basically yesterday. Just made a simple little path through. I purchased the land. It was actually the 2 lands to be able to do this. Cleared the trees out, used the wood chips for making electricity, and yeah, I've now gone through and sold the land back, so I had to pay the loans back. Thank you, dear, much appreciated. But yeah, obviously this is something I do still need to finish off, is just get this road connected. But yeah, it's slowly getting there finally. The nice thing is, doing it this way, I don't have to go around the map and take the bridges all the time. Now, one thing I did notice, and most of you guys have probably spotted these as well, there is a lot of clumped trees together. Obviously that one's too bad, but things like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 6 trees in that tiny little clump. It's like, no wonder there's so many trees on this map. It's like, holy smokes. So yeah, getting clear of some of them is definitely going to help some of you guys' frame rates, I think. But yeah, how you doing there, Mr. Kilroy? Right, what field was it? 13, wasn't it, we said? So that's, I think, the one down the far end. But yeah, at some point I'll probably take another loan out, get that other few road sorted out, and then just sell the plot back. Obviously, one thing I could do while I've purchased it is get the grass off of it, because it's a big old area. It was actually the site that was going to have Fort Knox on it, but ended up it was just going to be a lot of issues, sort of setting up all the doors again. So yeah, it's just been left out for now. But that would actually make a nice area for a field, or even a small, maybe industrial estate if you wanted to, a logistics centre type of area. That'd be kind of cool as well, actually. But yeah, you do need to have a decent path coming through. And now, thankfully, I do. There we go. There we go, there we go. But yeah, well, it looks like the stream is now stabilised, so that's kind of cool. Right, so this is the field I need, is number 13 on my right hand side. It's a big old field, so I can just leave the worker to do its dues. Now, one thing to bear in mind, if you have gone through and changed your wooden bridges to bascule, you may find you need to actually own, I think it's the river, instead of the little plots down here. So basically down here you have 2 bridges, one going across here, one going across there. You may find normally right here and here is where you purchase to be able to build the bridges. You may have to actually own the waterways instead, so just bear that in mind. I noticed in my XML the other day that the one right at the bottom here isn't actually assigned to my farm, yet I own that lower tiny little plot, so kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Right, so turn you on and you can do your dues. H. Now, one thing I have noticed as well is there's some people on Facebook saying, "Oh, I can't get hired helpers to work." Obviously, one thing to bear in mind, what you could try and do is start off like I did there, the field itself, and then hit the hired helper. Obviously, right now it's on the hired helper, it's doing its work, so just give that a try. Yeah, you need to own the river, I found that one out. Yeah, exactly. It's the only problem with those bridges, they actually reset the point. And it's the same with that bridge over there, you can see in the distance, it's a bascule bridge. I actually own the plot where you put the products into. Obviously, I actually built the wooden bridge originally for that, and then changed it over to the bascule. I no longer actually own that bridge, but it's still there, which is great. But yeah, at some point I do need to come through, actually purchase that river to be able to get this last bridge down here built, and that will then leave one other bridge over near the fairgrounds to then get purchased and built. But right, that can do its dues. But yeah, you'll need to own this waterway. Just out of interest, how much does that cost? If it's going to allow me to buy it. So 900 and a bit. Okay, so that's not too bad. But the nice thing is, once you purchase this plot of water as well, you'll then have additional fish triggers to access. And I do believe if you purchase this one as well, you'll then have even more fish triggers. So lots and lots of fishing to go ahead with. But yeah, that's that. Right, so I need to get you unloaded. Let me just check the field. It looks okay. Got one or two little plants missed, but it should be fine. So that should be fine. We'll drive this up to the farmer's market and get it unloaded. Actually, I could always put it into the trailer. It's on field 50, actually. Right, come on, pick up. But yeah, I do need to, like I said, get over to Borden Dairies at some point, get some chocolate out of there. Can I get through? I'm sure there was a gate up here, so let's double check that. But yeah, just bear that in mind if you're going to do any editing and stuff. Change the wooden bridges to the bascules to make sure to either build the wooden ones first and then switch them over, or yeah, have the waterways first to build them. Actually, while I'm here, because it is literally right next to where I am, I can see how much chocolate I've got. Obviously, getting into that time, I do want to try and get some eggnog made as well. Obviously, eggnog sells really well in autumn. Eggnog. Actually, to be honest, I can't stand eggnog. Tried it once before and it's not nice. Let's see. Chocolate. Please say it's got chocolate in here. It's missing materials. Oh, please don't say it's gone into something else. I'm sure I sorted this out. Let me see. Coca is definitely there. Why? Oh, yeah, I need to get the milk over here. That's what it was. I remember. I have to see if I've got any goat milk. Oh, no, it's normal milk for that as well. Oh, man. My cows are not produced yet. I may miss out this year on doing some chocolate products. No. What's that over there? That is Ken's. Let's see. Possibly. Yeah, I realised actually. I said the other day that my next project was going to be Wolfie's Pizza. I actually looked at it and actually realised I do not actually own Wolfie's yet. So yeah, darn it. I think I'm going to have to look into something else. So one thing I do need to do is try and pay off my loans. I've got two loans of. It was originally 10 million on each, so 20 million loan. I've paid off a little bit on each, but yeah, it's like ridiculous. Yeah, so I need to get them paid off quickly. Right then. But anyhow, let's get this unloaded, and then I do need to get my ideal on the main farm there unloaded as well, because he's actually full. We'll get that sorted out anyway in a minute. But yeah, for all those guys currently playing on the map, how are you enjoying it? Have you got a bit bored yet and decided to try a different map yet? I know Mr. Wheels is trying different maps out at the minute. I know Surfing, obviously due to his computer. Obviously, happy birthday Surfing, Cowboy Gaming. It's his birthday today, so if you do see him around, make sure to wish him a happy birthday as well, guys. Yeah, I know he got a new GoPro and stuff. So, yeah, he wants to do a lot more IRL sort of streams, so going out with his GoPro and, yeah. But, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think it's kind of a nice idea, actually. Can I access it there? I don't know. I'm going to go down here. It's the way I know. So, I'm going down here. Yeah, you're loving it, good. Yeah, I haven't got bored of it yet, I'm quite nice. I know a few times I could become a bit sort of frustrated with certain things, but it's a Dajnet map at the end of the day, it's freaking awesome. Okay, you could go over to do, say, Land Down Under or something like that, but it's just not the same. Okay, they got big fields and stuff like that, which this has as well, but you just do not have the same immersiveness with the productions in there. It's like, yeah, that's just like second rate. It's like, do you, after being on a Dajnet map, do you really want to go onto somebody else's map? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I certainly don't want to, but yeah. Right, what do I have? A sip of water or a coffee? Let's go for a coffee, as my wife brought it in. I keep running into needing more money. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that is definitely one thing as well. that I find. Bread is a good one. If you're just getting started, bread is definitely a good way of making some money. Let's get that there. What I actually did is I actually had the bread factory extended set up initially. Actually, jump over there. Might give you an idea on where to go for your own gameplays. But yeah, how you doing there, Guy? I still play County on FS19 as well as PV Canyon Crossing. Holy heck, J Booth. Yeah, I haven't loaded up County in ages. I really haven't. I've got 2 save games. One where I've got everything built and everything in the desert sorted out. And then I've got another one that I restarted when I started streaming. But yeah, just a quick one. Let me jump over here. So, obviously I've now shut this down. I do need to get up here and collect this bread. But what you could do, obviously you do, and I would use this with warning, is obviously you do have the conveyor belts. What you could do, because obviously this back pallet is where they start spawning. You could actually have a conveyor of maybe 2 or 3 coming out here, then loading straight into one of these storages, and just allow it to keep storing and storing and storing. Obviously, I went through an entire in-game year, had quite a lot of pallets built up near by the end of it. When I came to sell it, I think I had around about 20 million just from bread sales alone. So bear that in mind. Obviously, I've now got Heartland Breads up and running. I'm now actually considering getting this back up and running because it is producing so much. I thought, oh man, but obviously, one thing to bear in mind is with this map, obviously you can obviously use your autoload trailers, but one thing to bear in mind is you are going to experience a lot of frame rates when you do. Ooh, my vodka factory is now built. Yoo-hoo! Need to get some products up here for that then. Obviously, like I've mentioned, and I keep mentioning it, obviously one thing you can do is get the Hispano modding containers. Do a simple little edit that I did a quick video of that you can do with any of those containers, the flat racks, plus any of 82 Studios mods that have autoload features in it, and it will actually accept all products on the map. So yeah, go over to my YouTube. There is a little tutorial video on how to edit it, and it will allow you to actually come in and I'll basically show you what I mean. So obviously you got so you got these things here. You got the flat racks. You got these versions. These are actually the better ones because you can actually have real life companies on these ones. I'm actually now considering taking out.
Thanks for the raid.
Holy heck! 6-wheeling, raiding with a party of 50. Holy smokes! Welcoming guys. Wow. Holy cripes. If you guys are not following 6-wheeling, make sure to click on that link. Give him a follow. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Hopefully you had a great, amazing stream, Mr. 6-wheeling. Actually, I'm sure I'm following you, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to double check. Let me double check. Nope. For some weird reason, I was not following you. That is very, very strange. Let me give you a follow. There we go. And yeah, well, welcome in everybody. Obviously, for anyone just coming in, welcome. Cards fantastic, should say. Welcome in, buddy. Obviously, the new Addiction Gaming, welcome in, and everybody else coming in. So yeah, these are actually great. These Hispano modern containers for moving any pallet on your maps. Like I said, you can make a simple little edit to the mods themselves to allow them to actually accept anything on the maps. And as you can see, as scrolling through, and every single pallet bar 1 so far is actually in there. I haven't added in the chicken fillet yet, but yeah. It looks like you can even do cat food and dog foods. Interesting. Why is that coming up doubled? But yeah, the nice thing what you can do is go through. You can actually drop one of the flatbeds right next to the spawn trigger and have it just constantly loading in. Hey Ryan, how you doing? Have you tried placing one of those Hispano containers near a factory output and have... Yes, I have a few around actually, should we say. For example, where is it? Oh, it might be that one right there. Can I get to it? Yep, I've got some right here set up at the tobacco factory. And yep, they will literally spawn out and load straight into those containers. Of actually, I'm using the flat racks because they are easier. You don't need to worry about opening them up or anything like that. Obviously, just make sure when you do drop them down, hit the old X key to make sure that they are set to load and not unload or whatever. But yeah, it will work perfectly fine. Obviously, some where it's one single trigger outputting multiple products, like the bakery extended, and obviously thank you for the lurk there, Six Wheeling. Yeah, so the things like this, for example, it is a little bit more tricky because obviously they're spawning out just in random pallets. So what I've done with this, or when I was really using this myself, I had a conveyor set up. It was just literally about two or three conveyors coming out, going straight into this. I've actually moved this back for some reason, and then just coming up later on, picking them all up with the containers and spawning them out as one full product. But yeah, you could definitely do that. Let me see. So down here at Heartland Bread, for example, I'm doing it here. So obviously I've got the storage set up on the side here. I haven't actually done too much this time around, but it's kind of getting quite full. But yeah, what you could do if you got a pretty decent system is set up conveyors going all the way along here, front and back, and load them straight into the storage, so you don't have to even worry about it. Just set it to spawn, and then come up later on, pick them up. Or you could even just leave the containers at the front or your flat racks, and yeah, it'll all work. At some point, I do want to get through and sort a few more of these out. Right. But yeah, it will work there, Mr. Ryan. But yeah, I would recommend the flat racks over the containers. Obviously, at the sawmill as well. This built into the map, if I can find it here. Obviously, I haven't got enough because I actually came through the other day and cleared all this out. I actually had containers here, and it's kind of tricky getting them in really tight. So having these flat racks that are opened up work perfectly well. But yeah, it's definitely great. And obviously, just doing that simple little edit that I show you guys on my YouTube video. Same over here. I've got some resin going straight into a container. Wow, 39,000. Interesting. But yeah, you could definitely do it. Oh, excuse me. I burped. But yeah, it would be nice. I know Dave says that it's kind of a pain because it only loads one product at a time. Yes, that is a pain. It would be nice if there was a way of having them do multiple products, but I like it the way it is. I do. It's taking them off. Obviously, once they load into those containers or the flat racks, it's taking them off the map, which is good because it's not going to affect your frame rates. But yeah, at some point I do need to get in and sort my sawmill out because it's run out of wood. Let's see. So let me just jump back quickly. You need to go to the nurses near. Okay, right. Okay, getting the map. Okay, cool, Mr. Jason. Cool. Now, are you using the mod follow switcher? Or did you go for the separate link? So one thing I still haven't got into doing yet is obviously that burnt forest. Obviously I've got a road coming up here. And I've also got a road sort of cutting through here. I kind of want them to sort of marry together somewhere in this area, in the burnt forest. And then from there I kind of want to have the graveyard placed down, the morgue and stuff in here. But try and keep it as it is really. You're using the switcher. Good. That is the best way. And I would definitely recommend doing it that way over any others. Right, I was meant to actually unload this guy and got a bit sidetracked there. But yeah. There we go. we go. It's a little bit faster than normal. I have made a slight edit to this one. Right, so there's that. Right, so yeah, obviously all you guys who've just come over with Mr. Six Wheeling, how are you guys all doing today? Obviously it is Hump Day, being it Wednesday. Is any of you guys checked out Dajnet's map that we're currently on, which is PV Canyon Crossing? Obviously, if you have not seen it, it is a 16x map. It's very similar to his PV County slash Uncharted map, I suppose is the best way to put it. It's kind of like a combination of the two. Obviously, there is a link, thank you, Mr. Viking, from Mr. Dajnet himself. Obviously, if you haven't followed him, please click on that link, give him a follow. He will be streaming later something, not sure what yet. But yeah, he is the creator of this map, and I was honoured to actually help him out with the productions. On the most part, obviously Mr. Viking and other members of the SGA, the Sim Game Alliance, also helped out with testing and other things within the map itself. But yeah, so if there's an issue with the productions, it's my fault. I'm sorry. Hopefully there's not. But yeah, on this map, as you can see, there's a lot of fields, there's a lot of land that hasn't been touched, so you could actually go in and create a lot of your own fields. There's forests here, there and everywhere. Top right there's a desert that has oil nodes in there that you can actually put pump jacks down and get crude oil from. We've got boats on here, we've got fishing, we've got different animals. So Mr. Buck, welcome by the way, and thank you. You're doing good as well. Good. Yeah, obviously at the minute I've currently got a few contracts going, and actually this contract looks like it's finished. But yeah, we've got additional animals, we've got dogs, we've got cats, we've got ducks, we've got goats on here. Also, like I mentioned, we do have fishing on this map as well. It is a very intense map, so if you like a bit of a challenge, I would definitely recommend it to anybody. Was getting it ready, you said you have to build the factories. Yes! Now, let me see if I can find some. Let me jump up here. So, for anyone who hasn't seen this yet, now, one of the great things about a Dajnet map is, one thing he does do is he likes to set up his factories so they're buildable. Now, around the map there is, I think there are about 40 plus factories or productions that are buildable. This is one right here. This is actually the Ken's factory. So when you come in, what you'll need to do is purchase that land that is on, and obviously on each of the factories there is a display set up to show you how much and what you need to put into the factories to be able to build them. As you can see with this one, you need drywall, metal, concrete block, glass, brick, chipboard, sorry, my bad, pipe, long planks and pavers. Obviously the long planks you can get from the Platinum DLC sawmill, or the Elm Creek sawmill, and obviously the one that's built in also produce the long planks. If you're looking to rush through some of these wooden products, T. Miller on his Trello has actually got a woodworks factory that will do a lot of the Platinum products that are needed for the buildables. So if you want to get in and do some quite quickly, because to be honest some of them are a bit slow, I definitely recommend grabbing that from T. Miller's Trello there. But yeah, obviously what you need to do is literally input all products, bar 1 to 100%, and this is what I would recommend for anybody. So say for instance, looking at that, oh, I've got 25. So say for instance drywall. What I would do is load in everything else apart from the drywall, so it's at 100%. And then what you'd need to do is load in that 25,000 litres of drywall all at the same time. Once that's in, this trigger here is actually going to raise up as it's building, so you can no longer put anything else in, so bear that in mind. But yeah, it takes roughly a couple of days in-game for them to build, depending on your setup. Obviously I've got 2-day season, so it takes maybe a couple of in-game months, maybe, it's supposed to be the best way to put it. So yeah, obviously once they're built, you will have a factory there, the fence will disappear, and you'll be able to start putting products in and taking stuff out. Now, for example, up here, hidden inside these trees is the Frito-Lay factory, and that started off exactly the same as that factory a minute ago, the Ken's factory. It was literally a bare area that had a fence and a display there. Obviously I've come through already and added in some trees just to sort of make it a little bit more homely. But as you can see, it is fully built now. And there is a factory here, and actually it's now producing a lot of pallets, and I still need to get up here and sort this out. So yeah, this was one of the buildables. Like I said, it was a completely bare area with just a fence. And yeah, within a few in-game days for me, this was built and ready to receive products. But yeah, there is a lot around here. Obviously, you've got some like black diamonds that's already pre-built and in the map. Obviously, black diamond is where you're going to get your pump jacks and drill shafts for getting your crude oil in the desert. Obviously, that is something for more later game. But I do know that some people have gone in. But yeah, here's another one right here. We've got the Campbell's factory. Now, if you're thinking, yeah, you're full of crap. Now, if I hit the old F5 key, this is going to show the collisions. And there is right there. There is the Campbell's factory. Obviously, it's currently invisible because the blocks and stuff are not there. But obviously, once you put those products in, you're actually going to see it slowly build itself. On my YouTube channel, if anybody did want to check some of these out, I have put some small videos showing, I think it was like the drywall and the glue factories being built, and I think there was another one as well, but I can't remember what that was. But yeah, these are great. Also, right next door to there is the animal food. You can see the outline, the collision of it being there. But if I come back into normal view, it's gone. Obviously, it's not even built. And also, we've got another one right down there as well. So yeah, there's several little areas set up. So obviously, I'm right here. So this is like one little industrial area. Over here is another, which has buildables as well. Obviously, you've got the sawmill in the center here, and now I'm game saving. Obviously, the central area has a lot of pre-placed placeables that need to be built. Sam Adams, Pepsi, stuff like that. The steel concrete are in there. Hey there, Tony Tucker, how are you doing? Let me just... Okay, well, that's finished off. So Viking has a nice link to a sheet he did for the factories and locations. Yep, and obviously that link that Viking put up a little minute ago is a little information spreadsheet about the different tier productions on the map, what they need, as well as which ones are buildable and where to find them. How's Dave getting on with the fairgrounds? At the minute, that's currently going to be a project for next year, probably, for releasing, Tony. So if you're wondering what you mean by the fairgrounds, so in this area here is a pre-placed fenced off area, which is going to be where the fairgrounds is situated. It is a sort of end of game, end of line type sell-off type thing. It's going to be set up, obviously. Yeah, at the minute he is working on the border project, which is going to be over in this area. Nobody really knows exactly what it is, but apart from Dave and maybe a few others. But I do know that once it comes in, you guys are going to be very, very busy. Let's put it that way. But you will need most, if not all, the productions built and running for both of these projects, by the way, guys. Just bear that in mind, okay? But yeah, obviously the borders probably come out later this year. Obviously Dave still's got to fully sort that out first of all. And then it's obviously we're going to be focusing on the fairgrounds. So he has said next year at the earliest for the fairgrounds. But yeah, as I was mentioning, yeah, they've got a big complex right here of different buildable factories, as well as an area up here with factories. Now, if I actually jump over here as well, like I was mentioning earlier, now for anyone who hasn't seen these, around the map are these funny little buildings. They look kind of a little bit off, don't they? Now, with these, if you've got a skid steer with the old rock breaker from the Platinum DLC in here, so the Paladin, this thing right here, you can, if you're on the land, you can actually come up to these buildings and demolish them. Yes, I said demolish. You can actually come up and remove these completely. So obviously on the land, you can then break them. Obviously one thing you will get in return is rubble. A little pile of rubble will actually accumulate in the central area of that plot. You can actually then take that to the PMS recycling building to then make, or to be separate, I suppose is the best way to put it, into things like glass, metal, plastics, stuff like that, which then can go back into the productions to make other things. But yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 9, well, 8 to 10 buildings right there that you can come through, remove. And then the nice thing is once you've cleared that rubble, you can then repurpose those lands if you wanted to. You could put factories down there, you could put housing down there, and stuff like that. It's literally up to you. You could even come through and maybe put a couple of fields in there if you really wanted to. So yeah, there is a whole lot. Obviously, we've got the vodka factory that's just finished building actually. Obviously, during my last stream on Monday, this was still building. So obviously, like I mentioned, it just gone through an extra day or so, has actually completed it. And if anyone hasn't seen this, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough. This is really a nice little building actually. Now, in here is going to be your main offload area. Oh, I got stuck there a sec. So the first thing first, potato is going to be needed. You can unload right here your potatoes. Obviously, you've got a fill plane over there that will load up, showing how much is in there, which is kind of nice. Then on the inside of the building is pretty much where you unload the rest of your products right into here. Now, unfortunately, we haven't got any animations going on this yet, but maybe one day we'll be able to. Who knows? But obviously, input product-wise is going to be the stuff on the left-hand side right here. So potatoes, cherries, cranberries, oranges, peaches, watermelon, sugar, water, and pallets. And then it's going to actually output things like cherry vodka, cranberry vodka, orange vodka, peach vodka, watermelon vodka, and as you're using potatoes and other fruits and vegetables, you also get compost as a byproduct out of here as well. Now, if you haven't got up to this point, obviously compost can be also distributed if you wanted to. Hey David Moon, how you doing, buddy? But what you can do is come into this little building here and actually load a tipper with your compost and then drive off that way. So just bear that in mind. Did I not set that one up? I might be on the outside. Let me just double check that a sec. Oh yeah, it is. So yeah. So this is one thing I am going to be getting up and running. I've got cherries, I've got oranges, I've got peach, I've got watermelon. Oh, have I got watermelon? I don't think I've got watermelon, so I need to set up some watermelon. Actually, while I'm here, I can actually get that set up. So come into here. I've got these big greenhouses. So watermelon right there to get you active. Oh, it's a bit noisy in here. We'll get this one up and running as well. Watermelon. Yeah, I've still not been able to figure out what's going on with this trigger. Obviously, one thing you can do is use a tanker if you are using these greenhouses. But yeah, I've got plenty. Obviously, one thing as well for any of you guys out there lurking away and listening, we do have placeable orchards now. This is the new ones as well, right here. And good timing for Mr. Ryan. Yeah, so all of this area is the new orchards that Mr. Dajnet has come up with. So you know your grapes in your orchards, not orchards, what you call them, the grapes and olives on your base game maps and stuff, where they come in on a string, as it were. What Mr. Dajnet's done is actually set them up exactly the same way, but using fruit trees. So if I come into productions, into orchards, there's a whole load more. So obviously, like I mentioned, obviously there's your grapes, you've got your olives, that's your base game ones. But in addition to this, you have hops, which is currently being reworked to try and actually figure out what's going on with it, why it's not working without seasons. Where can I get them greenhouses? Those greenhouses are in the Canyon Crossing mod pack. They should be in PV mods tier 3, I think it is. Yeah, tier 3. Right there. So you've got large ones there, which will do all the different fruits and vegetables, as you can see. But also, there's a herb version set up, which will give you herbs and spices and such. But under tier 2, I believe it is. It's either tier 2 or tier 1. I can never remember. Yeah, tier 1, you also have like base game sized greenhouses. They do exactly the same, just take a little bit longer. But obviously, if you are running a bit of a crap system, you can still use these old placeables. They are still in there. But yeah, obviously going back to these, so we'll go back to the productions and under orchards. Obviously, one thing as well, we do now have coffee on the map as well. Actually, I've got a huge row right underneath me, growing away. But then we have maple trees. Oh, I can't place these because I'm on the wrong month, but hopefully it might come up in there. Nope. But yeah, they're maples right there, so you can actually see they do come out in rows. We have apples. There we go, that's better. We have cherries. You've got pears, oranges, plums, apricots, peaches, bananas. Look at that, lovely bananas. You got coconuts. You got coca, which is your chocolate. And then you got your pecan. And yeah, that's a whole lot. Now, one thing to bear in mind, I did mention about the maples. At some point, these may come in. Obviously, you do get maple sap off of them, which can be then used to make maple syrup. Mr. Surfing Cowboy Gaming, welcome in, buddy, and happy birthday, sir. I hope you have a great day. Now, obviously, one thing you can do with these is, like your grapes and olives, you can go through, plough them, fertilise, lime if you want to. So yeah, that is the new orchard system that Mr. Dajnet worked very, very hard on to set up for this map. But yeah, as you can see, I've actually got this whole area set up just for the orchards and vineyards. It's kind of hard to show you, but yeah, it's huge. I've got hops down here, I've got all the different trees, I've got coffee, I've got grapes, I've got olives. There is different storages set up. These particular ones are by Green Thumb Farmer, which I would really, really recommend, because it's actually a lot easier to use, to be honest, to load and unload. Obviously, I've got my new greenhouses. I do need to actually place down a herb one at some point. But over here we've got pecans, coca. So yeah, you could literally have an entire plantation of trees if you wanted to. Obviously, on my Trello, I did set up these little signs so you can actually show which trees are which, rather than having to constantly walk up to them. So, like on the left-hand side, we've got coca. On the other, it's apricot. So, yeah, it makes life a little bit easier. There you go. And obviously, these ones here, these are just the placeable ones, maples. I kind of like wanted just something that didn't produce fruits, but looked similar to what was in here already. So yeah, definitely getting there. But yeah, lots and lots and lots going on this map for sure. But yeah, there we go, there we go. But yeah, how are you doing there, buddy? Mr. Surfing? But yeah, there's a lot of information on that link that Mr. Viking Streaming's posted to the top of the chat there. Where did you go? I know he was there a minute ago. There it is. Hey, Fields of Geordie. How you doing, buddy? Not too bad myself. Not too bad. Now, where the heck's my trailer over there? Where can I find the animal pens? So, most of them should be in the pack, for the most part. Obviously, you can come into animals, You obviously, there is a few additionals that may be in there, but most of them are going to be under others. Obviously, you're going to have a dog canine enclosure there. You got a cat pen. That's not in the pack. That's my own little thing. These ones are the ones that Dave set up, but I have gone through now and set up my own deer pens, which come in part of the pack. So you got deers as well on here. All of these animals can actually go through and be put into the butchers as well, or to make morale and support if you wanted to. Obviously, you got duck plucking there. Obviously, these are my own pens that I've set up for ducks. They do have a fence going around them and a little pond. Some will output eggs, some will output down. There's also pens set up for goats. I kind of went a little bit overboard with some of them. Yeah. Oh, thank God that tree was there. But yeah, there is a whole lot. But you can also go on to the in-game mod hub or any other site and get your own favourite cow, sheep, chicken pens if you wanted to use them as well. But yeah, there's quite a lot actually in the packet as it is. Actually, I've been kind of going through myself and just making my own ones. There we go. Or using what's in the pack already by Mr. Dave. There we go. Right, I think I've got both of these emptied out now. I can get this maybe set up onto the next field, which is probably around the other side of the map. Right, so, yep, there we go. Let's pop you off for a minute. But yeah, that is where you will find them under the animal category in the menu. Alright then, so not too bad, just getting ready for breakfast and beach time. My, that is a terrible birthday you're going to have, Mr. Surfing Cowboy Gaming. Breakfast and the beach, oh my goodness. But yeah, I really hope you have an absolutely amazing day, Mr. Surfing, by the way. And right, so and I don't see the food for the chicken. They get fed like the base game. Yep, you can feed them like the base game pallets if you wanted to. If you got some wheat, some barley, you can take that as well. Obviously, if I come into here, oh no, if I come into here, for example, into the menu. Obviously, I've got some chickens already set up. Now, obviously, on here, you do need Mr. Dajel Crew and Mrs. Dajel Crew. How are you guys doing? Big hugs to both of you guys. Holy smokes. Obviously, if you guys are not following Mr. Dajel Crew or Mrs. Dajel Crew, make sure to click on their links and give them both a follow. I'm not doing too bad, thanks. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So just going back to you, Mr. Guy, there quickly. So with the chickens, they will accept loose wheat, barley, and sorghum. So obviously, if you've got some on your field, you can take it straight to there. You don't have to worry about making any pallets or anything like that. Now, obviously, one thing to bear in mind on this map as well for anybody just joining us. There is babies on this map, so you have to actually raise your animals from chicks, from calves, or whatever to fully grown and obviously be fully health. We also have reproduction on the map as well, so if you've got a handful of chickens, within no time you will have a pen full of a couple of thousand chickens. Obviously, once they get to around about the 7-month age, you can actually take them to the butcher to then be chopped up on the chickens. And I think it's around about 9 months for most of the other products or animals. But yeah, we do have chickens. We've got obviously baby cows, cows, I should say. We've got ducks on here. We've got goats. Obviously, lots of different sheep. As you can actually see, they are separated into boys and girls, and obviously old and young. So you've got your young rams, you've got your sheep, which are your old ones. You can always take them, obviously, if you get to around about, I think it's 3 to 6 months, you can take your younger sheep to the butcher to get lamb meat. With it, I think it's from 9 months onwards, you can actually then get mutton. So yeah, you got cats on here. Obviously, cats, once you've fed them up to about 9 months old and fully healthy, you can take them to Tashi Cats rescue to then be distributed to create support or morale, isn't it, for cats? Dogs are support. Oh, I can always get them mixed up. So yeah, there's a whole lot. Obviously, deer. Take your deers to the butcher and get venison. It's stuff like that. It's like really mad. It's really kind of cool. Right, good to see you. Also, how are you guys? Hey chat. But yeah, make sure you guys are following both obviously Mr. Dajnet Crew and Mrs. Dajnet Crew, guys. Obviously, Mr. Dajnet Crew, if you're not sure of who he is the big boss man of the Crusaders. And yeah, there's a lot. We kind of support each and every one of their streamers, and they support us as well. So it's a great community over there. And yeah, the ducks are set up exactly the same as the chickens. So if you've got some wheat in a trailer, yeah, slap it straight in. Actually, what I can do is pop over and show you what they actually look like, because I've got a chicken pen and duck pens set up. Actually, I went for this the first option in the starter list. Obviously, with this map, you can actually have, I think it's 7 or 8 starts to it. Each one is slightly different. Obviously, I went for the very first one, and you get this sort of area right here with field 43 and 41. Yeah, I've kind of gone through and really cremated it a bit. Obviously, I've got a little farmyard set up over here with some sheds that Green Thumb Farmer, who also did the bridges, he made these sheds as well. I love these. They're absolutely amazing. Obviously, that's my little crazy cat ladies. I haven't got that released. I'm still working on that. Your accent still surprises me every time. Hey, Layla Sims, how you doing? But yeah, there is a shout out for obviously Surfing Cowboy Gaming, who is his birthday today. So yeah, make sure to go over and give him a follow and say happy birthday when he does go live. Now I don't know if I've got any. Oh, I do. I see a little chick right there. So as you can see, we do have little baby chickens. There we go. It's like almost like mummy and baby. But yeah, you can just unload some wheat, barley, sorghum into there, and that'll be sort them out. This is actually on my Trello. It doesn't have all the trees, but you have all these little sort of shed things. If you want to, holds around about a couple of thousand chickens in there. But coming around here, I've got my cows. Up. That's nothing special. But over here, obviously in the pack there is the duck pens. And this is actually one of them. This is actually one that's outputting duck eggs at the minute. It needs to be moved actually. Obviously I've gone through, added in some trees and stuff. But you can actually see, you do have a nice little pond. And loads of little duckies in here. There we go. Obviously in the pack as well, there's like 2 that do eggs, 2 that do down. Now obviously there's 2 variations of that. There's also ones with fences and some without. So it's literally up to you which one you go for. But this is to give you an idea. Obviously this is the down version, and instead of the eggs, you're actually going to get pallets of down coming out of them. But yeah, I don't think I've got any baby duckies in here though. That's the only thing. Oh, actually, there we go. We have a little baby ducky as well. Or duckling. So yeah, it's so cool. I love it. But yeah, also you got your cats. If you haven't seen these before, these are the ones that I did as well. But also we do have kittens, which you can, or cats you can breed. They're actually, these are one of the only 2. I think it's fully grown. I think it's cats and ducks are the only ones that are actually fully grown. And obviously then have puppies and kittens. Look at that, they're so cute. Obviously once these guys grow up, you will then see what they will be. Whether they're going to be black and white, it's all white, all black, yeah. I haven't actually got any dogs yet, but I'm getting there. And then finally over here is the deer pen. And I haven't actually raised them up yet, but we do have some fawns in here. Hello you. Yeah, hello. But yeah, eventually they will grow up into deer. And yeah, I love it. It's looking good. But anyway, getting sidetracked I was. Let's get this going. Right, so let me jump back to chat. So yeah, there you go. What auto load should you use? So obviously, Surfing Cowboy Gaming on his Trello had converted the flat bed from 19. So if you play PV County, he's converted that. He's also created a wider version of it. You're more than welcome to use that. It's actually the one that I've got on here myself. Obviously, you'll find it under low loaders. If I scroll across, obviously, I've only enabled the standard size one, but this is in here on his Trello. But yeah, this is all I need. There's this I would use to start off with, but also using the Hispano modding containers. I would definitely recommend grabbing them as well. And there's obviously Surfin's Trello. But yeah, use the universal auto load script as well. Now obviously if you are using the UAL mod, what you can do if you're not aware, if you come into the low loaders, all of these will also become auto loadable. If that's even a word. Yeah, you can use these to auto load as well. In addition to that, there is also under miscellaneous this thing. This will actually auto load as well. So you could use that if you wanted to. I believe this has been set up with that script as well. I'm not sure about this one though. Maybe, maybe not. But under trailers as well, certain trailers can be reconfigured to be flatbeds. They can also be used to autoload. That isn't one. It's the bigger one I want. This one right here. So if you come through, you get these ones that have the flatbed or bale trailer. You can use that to autoload as well. Now one thing to bear in mind is some people have mentioned they can have some issues with the universal autoload script. Yes and no. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. I don't know. Personally, I have been going over to using these flat racks and containers by Hispano Modding. I would definitely recommend. They're cheap. They're actual very, very cheap. Obviously, for anyone with a PC, you can actually make a simple little edit on my YouTube channel to any of these. So they actually work on any map. I'm actually now considering getting rid of some of these standard ones, but we'll see. With that on the website as well, under actually it's the same category thinking about it. Hispano Modding also created these Super B Load King trailers, and they basically work the same way as like the in-game Super B, where you have a front piece and a back piece. And I believe these are actually used for console as well. So if Mr. Dajel Cruz there, it may be something that he wants to look into, because it's very, very handy for moving pallets. But yeah, what you can actually technically do is take several of these, hook them all up, have a flat rack on there or a container, and then finish it off with one of these on the back with another container, and you could have literally a road train set up for moving your pallets. And just to give you an example, I've got this one right here. Actually, this is actually currently 3. It used to be 5. I was actually moving some stuff around earlier, but you could literally have just 2 if you wanted to, or 3, 4, or 5, or as many as you want. Now, obviously, with this Hispano Modding stuff, just to go into a little bit more detail for anyone interested, they do have a grain trailer as well set up, different sizes. They go from 20 up to 45 foot. They also have liquid containers, same size, from 20 up to 45 foot. You have obviously the flat racks, same again, 20 to 45. And then obviously you've got different styles of containers that you can actually auto load with. Now these use the 82 Studios autoload script, and you can actually pretty much get most things on most maps to load into them, even on you guys on console. So it might be worthwhile having a look into them. Now, the only tiny little thing I will say I don't like about these is in the center here there is a hidden collision, and it can, depending on what combine you're using, it can get hooked up on that. So just bear that in mind. So you may want to use these just to load from a silo and take them off to a sell point or a production. But apart from that, I have no quarrels at all at promoting these. And obviously I'm not getting paid for it. It's not a paid promotion or anything like that. But yeah, definitely well worth getting these. I love them. They are absolutely great. But yeah, like I was showing earlier, you can drop a few of these flat racks next to a production and it'll autoload at least one product into it. That's the only downside. It would be nice to have multiples, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I am getting behind on my farming, holy heck. I was hoping to get 2 of these fields done today, but yeah, keep getting sidetracked. But it's nice that my internet is actually stabilised finally. First hour, bit naff. Sort of started stabilising out in that second hour, and now it's not too bad. But I'm not going to push it too far, but yeah. There we go. Let's get this unloaded. But yeah, on my YouTube channel, if anybody is interested in using those Hispano modern containers, I did a little video, like I mentioned previously, about just doing a simple little edit. But obviously, if you wanted a one that is already set up, if I can actually get it to work, I could actually give you one that's pre-edited. And what you can actually do is look at that yourself and try and edit the others. Let me share that. I've still actually got the containers I did previously during a show up here, and this is actually going to be the ones that have the real life name brands. Actually, just before I actually show you, put it on in there. So if I come across here, so you've got these Titan ones. These are ones I would recommend using for the simple fact, if I come into here, obviously I do apologise if the graphics are a little bit off. My computer's still having funny 5 minutes, but yeah, you can actually use real life brands. Now, I'm not sure if these will be on console, but for those on PC, these are actually great. So you get a lot of different company names that are actually real life companies. FedEx, Hapag-Lloyd, we get a lot of these coming in our area. And what he's actually done is come through and got the right colours to go with the names as well. So you can actually match them up. Now, obviously, coming in here, you got your 20 load. Obviously, you got your standard where you can just load them on manually if you wanted to. You have an auto load feature that will sort of load what would be realistic for that size. So for instance, that will load 12 pallets onto there. But what he's also done is added an unreal capacity. So just for that one 20-foot container or flat rack, you can load 100 pallets into there. Kind of cool. But then obviously you go into your logging extension version. And then obviously you go into a high cube version. Oh. Plus your unload, and then 100. I keep forgetting about this. The high cube version. I really do, guys. But yeah, you could do 120 pallets if you wanted to, just on one little thing there. And obviously this is 82 Studios script that he's using, and obviously you got 25s, and then yeah, I would definitely recommend these if you're on PC over these ones. But if you're on console, I believe that these are available, and you could actually use these as well if you want to. Obviously, you have your Lizard version. My internet's having a funny 5 minutes again. Obviously, you got your Farm Sim. You could just have it as bland. But then, obviously, you do have a whole variety of different colours. So, yeah, definitely well worth checking them out, guys. And, yeah, those ones, the Titan ones that have all the real-life names, grab it while you can, because that is the Titan standard containers. So those containers themselves are actually going to be these guys right here. So you get side opening ones. You can actually open the side doors and auto load straight into there if you wanted to. Obviously, if it's connected to a trailer, you can open up the back and do it that way. So yeah, it makes life so much easier. And catch you later there, Mr. Viking. Thank you very, very much for your shout outs and all your links that you posted in chat. And you're absolutely amazing. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, sir. Obviously, I will be jumping off in about half an hour or so myself, actually. I do have some real life stuff to get on with. Now, while he's now finished, I can get him onto the next field. Oh, there's still a little bit left there. But yeah, if you guys are not following Mr. Viking streaming guys, he does streaming and is a member of the SGA as well. I would definitely recommend it. There is his link. Give him a follow, and you never know, you might actually enjoy what you see. Obviously, he is playing on this map as well, so yeah. He's actually doing a little test playthrough. He's actually got all of the factories up and running on his save game. And he's actually going through, doing the farming and all that, just to see what frame rates are like while the map is fully up and running. So it's kind of nice. And from what I understand, it's not going too bad actually on his system. Now obviously one thing to bear in mind, there is the odd place that you may find a little bit of lag on this map. Are you going to click in or not? It might do. I have no idea. Let me drop that down a sec. But yeah, he has actually helped out a heck of a lot setting up obviously those little spreadsheets and stuff for you guys to make your life easier. So definitely well worth checking him out, and also saying a big huge thank you to him as well for his hard work. But there we go. Right then, so we do need to get off and get onto that field down the far end over there actually. That's where we're heading next. But there's my little goats. Hello goaties. Actually they're not so little anymore, they're fully grown. I still need to get my pigs sorted out, but I did get my beef cows in on the other stream, or the last stream I think it was. They're actually now growing, pretty much full health now, so the nice thing is a few in-game hours of feeding your animals is going to get them up to full health. Now, one thing to remember with the animals on here, obviously with the way they're set up, you do need to have a little bit of each product, or each line, for them to actually get that full health. So I need to get harvesters that I want, lol. Yeah, obviously this one here, this ideal, I've edited it. It actually has an unreal capacity or two in there, which I think is actually up on my Trello now, so you should be able to get it. The header that comes with it as well goes a little bit faster than the base game stuff. And obviously you can do it from, I think it's the T7 up to T10 is fully available with a wheel or with a stick. So yeah, on all variations. But yeah, if you want, yeah, my Trello. Oh yeah, that's a point. But yeah, if you go over to the SGA Trello, so actually let me jump over to desktop a sec. I can show you. And this is for anybody who else is really interested, because there is many different modders who are part of the SGA as well. Oh heck, I need to go to that one first. So we'll come over here. Obviously you've got Mr. Dajnet there. You got me, Billy Alpaca 78. Just click on there, and then there's a whole load of mods set up. Obviously you can visit other members as well. Obviously you got Boomhauer, Mr. Reaper, Mr. J Booth. Obviously I mentioned earlier. Actually, now that my internet's kind of stable, I can show you this. Obviously, he has set up a nice little hops placeable, but there is grapes there. You've got coffee, you've got olives as pre-placeables as well. He's got a few other little things there. Check that out, definitely. But yeah, I have got a whole array of different things. I've got some trailers there, bale wrapper with the SGA logo on, some of the stuff that's specific for this map. For example, this trailer here is actually been set up with autoload features, and it's great for the rocks and gems that come in the mines for picking them up, which I might actually show off in a little minute. Got a couple of seeders there set up. But yeah, there's a whole lot of things. This here is a fertilizer, lime, manure, and compost spreader. Obviously, you can spread compost on the map if you wanted to, if you're using precision farming. What, woman? Yes, I know, I'm drinking it. I was letting it cool down. God. But yeah, you could use compost as a fertilizer. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could use these as well. I am doing an updated version of this. I still need to finish off testing the carrots on it to get it working properly. But yeah, you got some silos there. But yeah, there's a whole variety of different things on that Trello, as well as some video tutorials that I've set up as well, if you want to. So like Hispano modding, if you want to edit it, the links there goes over to my YouTube. If you're trying to figure out hops, there's a link right there that will show you a little tutorial on how to do the hops. Obviously, it is set up only for seasons at the minute. And then obviously the SGA mod follows switcher as well. Obviously my Twitch and YouTube are there as well. But there's some animal pens there that I've done. Some trees. But yeah. But going back to obviously the SGA mods. We've got Mr. NBC. We've got T Miller. He's got a few things on his. We've got Surfing Cowboy. Mr. Winston. If you want some unreal sizes. Hey, Grits fan. How you doing, bud? Yeah, if you want some unrealistic capacity size stuff, check out Mr. Winston's stuff. And Mr. Viking, actually. He's got a few things over there, I noticed. But we've got X-Man, we've got Reliant Robin. He's got a few animal pens and stuff like that. Green Thumb Farmer. Now, this is one I would definitely recommend checking out, guys. As well. Because on here, he has some great stuff set up. Obviously, he's got a truck shop right there. There's a second version that's actually buildable as well, just for this map. So if I come down the PV Crossing, as you can see, you got some bridges there set up. You got your root crop silo. Obviously, you've got one big one, or there's a little individual placeables. You got the orchard ones that I showed off earlier. Obviously, I'm using these little individual ones. But obviously, there is the big single shed that you could unload the whole lot into. There's a mining silo pack set up as well. There's additional dock pieces. There's this. I haven't even tried this yet. It's something that the NBC Master Dad requested, and it's kind of like it's like an old style sugar shack type thing. But like I said, the truck shack shop here. This one's pre-built. He also went through and created a buildable version. So if you want an extra thing to build, you could grab that, and you could look. Basically, it has a wash bay on the side. It has repair triggers on the inside, and yeah, it is really cool. I love it. This is the machine shed that I'm using on my main farm. But yeah, you can actually go through, grab any of this. But yeah, definitely check out Mr. Green Thumb Farm. And he actually streams as well from time to time, and is actually working on another production that could or could not be a buildable later on, so we'll see. But there you go. But yeah, just go over to the SGA Trello, and yeah, you can get it all there. The BAM, the extra wide forage harvester is very nice. The extra wide forage harvester. Yeah, I don't know if is that one of mine. I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing okay there, Mr. Grits fan. I'm doing okay. Oh right, yeah, okay, I gotcha. Oh, the forage, yeah, the trailer, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It's a simple little edit, but effective. Right. Let's get this guy going. This is actually peas. Is it peas? No, this is one of those. It's peas on that field over there. Okay. Right, I do want that to drop swath, so there we go. Hit H. And hopefully that will kick in. Yep, okay. Yeah, I was thinking obviously I've got a pea field over here as well. And that's another crop that we've got on this map as well, in addition to all the usuals. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. And they're almost ready. So let's get in there, let's get in there. So sorry, Billy. Why are you sorry, Mr. Grits fan? You keep saying sorry, and I have no idea why. Righty, where was I? Yeah, I was going to drop this law first, so got a little bit sidetracked there, but yeah. Yeah, so you would be on about, if I come into here, my little forage wagon. This thing right here. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a wider pickup, and yeah, multiple capacity options. It's kind of nice. Yeah, I might actually use that myself in a minute just to pick up some of that straw. But yeah, my wife was whinging that I'm not drinking enough, so one sec, I'm going to take a big swig of coffee. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, obviously there's like 100, no, I think it's about 200 collectibles on this map as well if you guys are interested. And yeah, there's crocodiles, we have deer, we have elk, we have bears, and yeah, golden nuggets. So make sure to keep your eyes out for them as well. Right, you get this unloaded. There we go. Obviously, I'm keeping an eye on my money as well, because obviously once the contracts are finished for doing wheat, that's then going to start unloading the extra crop. So I don't want to sell too much, because I want to save it for making bread and stuff. Actually, this trailer is one that I edited. It's got slightly bigger capacities, as you can see. Obviously, this one can also have the SGA logo on it, the members itself. Obviously, one thing to bear in mind with the... Unfortunately, it does do a little bit of flickering as well. Yep, there's gold nuggets in the mine. There we go. So, yeah, so obviously I went... Actually, I totally forgot myself, J-Booth, as well. But obviously in here, we have a salt mine. Obviously, I've come through and removed it all. And I can't remember what I was doing over here. I think I was cutting the grass over here at one point. I've actually taken the salt, put it into mine, silo, and I kept hitting something, and I jumped down and then realised it was a friggin' nugget. And actually found I think it was 3 nuggets just under here. So yeah, remember each of these mines, or some of these mines, may have one, may have multiple golden nuggets around them. But I do know up here, obviously while I was clearing, I'm pretty sure it was along here, while I was clearing this area with some of this stone, I actually found a few up here as well, so remember that as well. And obviously along this top level, which is plot 231, there is also these rock spawners, which also spawn gems. And as you can see, I've got a few here. Actually, these bigger rocks, they can actually go to the crusher that's built into the map, but across the water from the sawmill. And then also you got all these lovely little gems. Obviously, I've currently got some amethysts and aquamarine gems there. I have had some emeralds. Now, along this rock face, if anyone's interested, there is 6 of these spawn areas set up along here. So, yeah, they all work off of basically the weather. So, you have to own the plot, first of all. Secondly, you will need to come into the construction stuff under PV mods, and I believe it's under others. Yep. You will need to place down this event center anywhere on the map. It doesn't have to be on a specific plot or within the mine itself. I've actually got mine all the way over here, placed down. But then what you're going to need to do is allow the weather system, so like the rain, the sun, the wind, to work on the map. So the best thing to do is just forget about it for at least an in-game year, I would recommend. And then start coming back, and you'll probably start finding rocks in these gems will start accumulating up around here. So yeah. Oh, I've lost a few gold bars from the blacksmith. I think they have gone under the map. Is there a way to get them back, or are they gone for good? What you can do there, J Booth. Oh, I just realised I'm actually on. I'm not on Farm Sim screen. What you could try and do is go into your documents, my games, Farm Sim 22. Go to your save game. And if I remember rightly, if you go into your vehicle XML, I may be wrong, do a search for gold. Yeah. So search for gold or gold bar, whatever it might be. Obviously, I've just typed in gold, and that's literally brought up FS22 smelter gold bar palette. Now, what you might find, I'm pretty sure that's the right one, is this number here will probably show as a minus number. If you have a look at the rest of your palettes within that area, what you could do is technically copy and paste and just slightly offset one and do it that way to bring it back onto the map. So yeah, just give that a try and see how you get on. But yeah, obviously that's a gold bar. Obviously I've got some duck eggs somewhere on the map, but yeah, depending on where you are placed on the map, if you've got one nearby, you could just copy that and yeah, try it that way. Yeah, so what you could technically do, this is actually going to set the height of it. So if it's 82.22, for example, you don't actually need the rest of that, but what you could do is set it up as 82.25, and that will just literally drop in maybe a little bit, or even 82.3 if you wanted to, and just have it drop in a little bit, and try it that way as well. But yeah, there we go. No worries. And obviously if anybody else has an issue with gold bars or anything dropping below the map, have a look in there, look for anything that has that minus symbol on it, and you never know, you might have some gold underneath the map. Right, so let's get in here and get this guy sorted out. I do know that somebody messaged me actually the other day, they were having issues with the Kellogg's factory building. It seemed like that it's stalled. Now obviously I know that Mr. What the heck was that? One sec. I think I've got a little spot that I need to smooth off. Look at that. I have never noticed that. I've harvested this for 5 in-game years and never seen a bump there. That is really weird. Yeah, excuse me. So going back to Kellogg's there, obviously I've tested it. I know JD set all that up and it seems to work fine for me. One thing to bear in mind with some of these buildables, if you're running through quite quickly gameplay time, what you may need to do is actually drop down that clock time, because it may not have enough time to just finish doing that build part. So just drop it down to like half time speed or even 1 time speed and just let it slowly trickle through that last little bit. If you do find that you run through a couple of months and it's just not clearing, what you can actually do is go into the placeables XML and just finish it off so it does that final last little build. Just look for the factory builder, so it could be like Kellogg's Builder for example as a name, and then set it to 10,000, so 10,000 in the fill type. So yeah. Is there seed and fruit makers? Yes there is, Mr. Jason. Let me get this unloaded. Actually, I'm going to come forward for that. So under construction, PV mods. I believe they're under tier 1 if I remember rightly. Ba-ba-da-ba-bam. Oh, and Mr. Mark Land is. Thank you very much for that follow. Welcome in, buddy. Yep, so you got a herbicide maker. Also, you might recognize it from 19. You have that back. We have a liquid fertilizer as well. Scrolling along, we have the solid fertilizer and seed maker. And there are also the standalone seed maker as well. So yes, there is some as well. Now if you're just starting out and you need lime to go on your field and you've got stones active, you can use this to unload to start off with your stones and get your lime out of that. It'll also do limestone, gypsum and calcium carbonate if you wanted to. Obviously the other 3 products you could just sell off if you wanted to, but yeah, I've got one on the main farm here which is actually making lime. I had 2 at one point making lime, which is great for the fields to store the excess up and then go from there. But yeah, you could place that down and yeah, make your own lime from the old field stones. Is there a small fuel production? No, unfortunately. If you want fuel, obviously you can make it with the Shell fuel station. Now, in addition, what you can do is if you come into buildings and containers, all of these, what you can do is get one of these temporarily or even permanently, place one down, and you can actually buy it in there itself. So if I actually jump over here, I've actually got one placed down already. Obviously you come through, unload your own fuel once you start producing it, but you can actually come into the menu here and purchase it. So if you've got, say, obviously I think this one's a little bit emptier than normal, but yeah, if you've got like 50, 60 quid, whatever left, or dollars, you can actually designate how much you want to buy it that way until you actually get up to there. But that is one of the first things I'd probably look at getting placed down, is a fuel production, because there isn't any other way of getting it on here unless you can find a mod that actually does it. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Actually, the only other one as well, thinking about it, while I think about it, just something I had a mental thought on that. Yeah, there is. Ha! I just suddenly thought about it, Ryan. Surfing Cowboy Gaming actually did this as well. It's a small fuel production. It's 35,000. Obviously, as you can see, you can put some wood chips in there, straw, or silage, and get fuel that way. And I've got a buttload of straw right there. I actually put one of these down and actually start producing some fuel over here. Now, thank you for that. But yeah, there is that small one there as well. I keep forgetting about it. Let's see what they see. I think that's getting quite full there. However, yeah, there was never one previously. Oh, that is terrible. Really? Paint. Yeah, so if you were interested and didn't see where that was, so tier 1, scroll across nearly to the end where the smelter is. You do have that small one to start you off if you wanted to. If not, go into, I think it's either tier 2 or tier 3. I've got tier 3, isn't it? For the bigger one. Maybe not. Shell is right there. Obviously that is going to take more products, which is crops from the actual field. So your sugarcane, sorghum, corn and sunflower or maize, and that will produce fuel as well. Actually, that is a freaking good idea. I'm going to just tidy this up a bit quickly, and I'm using that one. But yeah, I know a few people have mentioned about wanting a slightly smaller one. I keep forgetting about it actually, and I suddenly thought that Surfing did one as well. But I want it to match in with my farm ground. So let's do something like this. Make that a little bit smaller. There we go, there we go, there we go, go. There we are. You're running 2 of these, wow! Yeah, I actually literally forgot all about it being in the pack. Obviously, I do know that on hit Surfing's Uncharted that he did. He actually used it as a poplar chip fuel production thing, wasn't it? So that's not bad. I'll get that unloaded and into that. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, you stop. You keep putting me off. It's terrible. And what didn't you know there, Grits fan? Out of interest. How are we doing for time? We've got about 7 minutes. Okay. But yeah, it's typical. The last hour or so of the stream, the connection seems to have definitely stabilised a lot better than it was earlier. Right, what do we need to do? We've got field 30, we've got 29 still to harvest. And we've got, I think it's field 10. So, I've got 2 over here. I am going to cheat. So everybody watching, please close thy eyes, because I am going to cheat. You cannot see me doing any of this. And if by magic I've gone all the way across the map, just to get this going. There we go. And we've got you. Right, actually, before I go any further, I want to actually do something here. Now, obviously, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that there's this field here that's ready to harvest. It's actually coming up in my contracts to want it to be ploughed. Now, I actually want to purchase it, but I don't know if I've got enough for it. No, I don't. I need 1,200, so a little bit more. So let me just see what the contracts are like first of all. So that's not bad. What field was I? Did I just put that one as a 10? I can't remember. No, I've got 10 left there. As long as I got 30, 29, and 10. 30, 29, and 10. Yeah, okay. I can accept these now. And that is actually going to give me enough money. There we go. Cool. I thought I was going to have 25 minutes. I want to actually harvest this before ploughing it. Now, obviously, I am going to take probably a slight hit on it. But I'm going to field flip. Let's see. So... Is there a main farm starting place when you are new? Yes, so basically the farm that I'm on here, Jason, by the way, sorry. This is one of the main farms. Obviously you get the main farm area, you get field 42, 43 and 41 to start off with. I'll read the rest of the comments there. In addition to that, there is, depending on which start you go for, you have a farm over here where you get, I think it's fields 53, maybe 46. I can't remember exactly which ones. But over here, but you have a farm down here, down at the bottom near 5 and 6. You have a farm right here. I believe there's one there as well, but I'm not sure if that's actually a starter farm. But then you got a farm up here, but it's more centralized for forestry up at this top. But yeah, you got that there as well. So there is different areas, and obviously each farm has a different type of equipment to start off with as well, specific for that map, so or farm. So yeah, but yeah, I started in the center here, the same as Mr. Dave, Mr. Dajnet. I think I had I think if I remember rightly, it was something like wheat, canola, and flax were the main crops I had started off with. The flax can go into the heck, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, so with the flax, you could put it into the loom and make fabric. With the canola, if you wanted to, you could put it into the small oil production. Obviously, these are nice tier 1 cheap things. Make some oil, sell it off, make some money. Obviously, with any grains, if you're just starting out, you could put it into the flour mill, make some flour, and then in turn take that flour, put it into the oven, and make some bread. And bread, when you get into the bigger tier factories, can be very lucrative as well, guys. So yeah, there you go. Whoa, I have 13 gold bars under the map, and I'm gonna get them back. Thanks, Spill. No worries, Jay Boothon. Holy heck, 13, really? Yipes. But yeah, that's gonna be a nice little payday for you then. I know some people have actually been asking for the gold bar back from 19 or gold van back, but yeah, the way the auto script works, I don't think it's gonna work actually now properly. So yeah. There is a start that has all the bridges built already. Yeah, actually, that's what I might just do. I've got a few minutes left. I'm going to just save and exit and show you guys the different starter options. I'm not actually going to load them up, but I'm going to show you roughly the different starter options. So as you've seen, there was like different farms set up. You got the northeast, you got the south east and all that. So here we go. But yeah, get different equipment there. So let's give this a look. And how are you doing there, Mr. The Vink? Map was designed to use the center farm as the starting point. Yeah, but yeah, the thing is you can obviously use other ones, but that could be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, exactly, Don B here. And let me shout out Mr. The Vink. There we go. You have fun, fast-growing crops. Yeah. Well, actually, that's been in for about an in-game year, so yeah. Feeling great, Billy. I have coffee. I have a coffee too. I'm almost actually at the end here. Yeah, my wife actually brought it in about an hour ago, and it's actually gone cold. So, but to be honest, when I'm streaming, I do find that having a cold drink rather than a hot drink is a lot better on the throat. There we go. So, just waiting for this to reload. Hopefully, it's not going to break or anything. But while that's doing that, because obviously I will be jumping off once I show this for you guys. So I need to find out who is out there in the world of Twitch. So let me mute that for the minute. But yeah, if you're not following Mr. The Vink, make sure to click on the link, give him a follow, guys. He's an amazing content creator. Oh, I see Mr. T Miller is out there streaming at the minute, doing some farm sim, canyon crossing as well. Also, Mr. Darius Frost and Evil Reyes are currently actually, I think they're on a server together, doing some Icarus. So if you're into that sort of thing, go over check that out. We've got Mr. Grits fan doing PB Canyon Crossing as well. So, I think because obviously the other day I think we raided over 2 Grits fans. So I think we might be doing. Oh man, we've got Mama Do as well doing Canyon Crossing. Holy crap! So we currently got 3 options. We've got T Miller, who's doing Canyon Crossing. We have Mamadou 53, she's a lovely lady. And we've got Grits fan all doing PV Canyon Crossing. So yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, thank you for help. Been a long time since I played on a Dajnet maps. Yeah, it's not a problem. And obviously Dave will be streaming again later, guys. So just bear that in mind. Obviously, even though he's not playing the map, remember you can still ask him questions and he may answer or not if he sees them. But yeah, obviously I'm around Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays streaming. So yeah, if you're more than welcome to jump in for a chat, or if you want to see T Miller, he can answer questions. Grits fan, I'm not sure about Mamadou, how much she knows about the map yet. She's still quite new, but yeah, there's plenty, a few people anyway, not plenty, but a few people playing who know a little bit about the map, shall we say. So, the starter options, if anyone hasn't seen this. So this is the first one, and this is actually the one that I went with. And this actually starts you off in the centre. You have none of the bridges built or anything like that. It's kind of simple. You get 3 plots of three fields plus the main farm. That's it. But you do own the rights to build this straight off. Just bear that in mind. The second one, this farm is going to be down in the southeast of the map. So near fields, I think it's a 5 and 6. This is this farm, and obviously this is going to be a case farm. So remember that. If you look at the picture, whatever equipment is in that picture will be what's probably on that equipment. And it actually states here, so Canyon Crossing Southeast starts with Case IH equipment. So if you want John Deere or whatever, go with the next one. Obviously this is going to be in the northeast, so it's going to be up the top here. Especially where I've got my orchards, this is. And this is where actually X-Man started, and Darius I believe, when they play. But yeah, you get John Deere equipment, you got harvesters, headers, a nice little area, and I do believe it's one or two fields I think it is. Maybe one of the big ones and one of the smaller ones. I'm not exactly sure, I've never actually loaded it up. Obviously, you got this one here. Obviously, you got this is in the northeast, so that's going to be up the top side over here of the map by all those productions at the top there. Yeah, because the productions, I think, if I remember rightly, are just at the top of this field here. And obviously, this is actually set up more for forestry. So you're going to get tree cutters, containers, trailers, stuff like that to start you off with. But you do have a farm where you could actually create a little field there if you wanted to, and extend out from there. It's kind of nice. This one is going to be down in the northeast, according to this. I always thought this was southwest myself. I think this is wrong, because this should be southwest. Because this is actually on top of a hill. You have a big long field here, plus 2 smaller fields. I don't know if you actually own both of them, but I think Coffee own those ones. And this is going to be a New Holland start. Let me take a picture of that, because that is wrong. Carrying on, then you do get the option to start with all of the bridges built on the map. There's 6 of these wooden bridges. Obviously, you might think, well, hang on, I haven't got a wooden bridge there. Billy's got like a bascule bridge there. What I've actually done is gone in and edited it so it's a bascule bridge. Obviously, I still got this here, but I've changed this one. I also went in and the one that goes from the central farm out, I've also changed that, but it took a lot of landscaping on that one. Now, one thing, if you actually quickly, with this as well, what I would recommend is maybe raising the bridge up and just making sure to paint it. What you can actually do is when you're editing, actually I'll show you. If I come into here a sec, so game, there, one, save game, go to your placeable XML. Obviously Viking does have a video tutorial on how to do this. I think it was Dave actually doing it. If you come in here, find bridge 1, I think it is. Yep, there we go. So wooden bridge 1. Now just a little insight into it. Obviously where I said to raise it up, so you got a position right here which marks where the bridge is going to be. How you doing there, bad lad? These central numbers right here are the height of the bridge. Now if you say, for instance, put that to 85 initially, that will actually raise the bridge up high enough so you can actually get underneath with your painting tool. Oh, dang it. My bad. Thank you for that, Ryan. So, yeah, Go to my documents. Start that again, eh? So go to my documents, my games, Farming Sim 22. Find your saves game folder. So mine's save game 1. Go to Placeables XML, open that up. And obviously this is something that you edit to do the bascule bridges if you want to change it. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm forever doing that. I am really sorry. Yeah, so you got this line right here that tells you where the bridge is going to be located. Oh crap, it's gone the wrong way. Obviously, like I was saying, this middle number, so the 83.56900024411 whatever it is, that is actually going to be the height it is on the map. So if you put that to say 85.0, for example, that'll actually raise the bridge up high enough so you can actually get in with your landscaping tool and get rid of any grass and anything else. Because obviously with the bascule bridges, where they're slightly different sized, you actually get grass coming through. So if you actually raise it up and edit it in game, obviously make sure to make a note of that number initially. Then obviously once you've done your landscaping either side, just replace it with the original number and you should be fine. So you won't have any grass or anything like that, because it is, and I know for me personally, it was very, very tricky to get the grass and that the right width for the bridge and stuff. So just bear that in mind when you are adding in the bascule bridges. They are going to be a slightly different size to those wooden bridges. But yeah, just raise it up to say 85. So if you, for example, I just put it like that, save it, keep the document open, and then once you've finished doing your little landscaping, just hit the back button a couple of times, bring that fill number, bring that fill number back in, save it again, and then you're good to go. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, you got your bridges built, but then like I mentioned about the bascule bridges. Oh, let me jump that one. Come back to that one in a minute. Obviously, you got this one here. Now, obviously, you got your 3 bascule bridges set up. Obviously, you're going to have this one up in the near the starter area, and then you've got 2 down the bottom of the map near field 12s and 13. And obviously, you can actually take that information from this save game and put it into your current one, which is kind of cool. Also, there is this as well, which is set up for servers. So, if you're on a server, I really don't know much about it personally, but it has all the farms there, all the bridges and stuff. So yeah. Billy, guess what? I don't know. Have you got your computer finally, bad lad? Is there a known issue not being able to build the base bridge on field 5 and 6? It will not take on the material, and I do on the land. Not that I'm aware of. On the new map, bridge map. Do you mean this one here? New bridges. Let's load this up quickly. Now, obviously, one thing to bear in mind with these bascule bridges, the property that you need to own will shift. Just so you are aware. Now, obviously, if you're down near the bottom of the map, you do have 2 bridges by, is it 12 and 13? You do need to own the waterways. I would imagine you actually own it already with this one. So we'll have a look at this quickly. But yeah, let's have a little quick look. And then once I've done this, I'll actually jump off because it's actually past my ending time. So yeah. But yeah, you do need to own the waters, but I believe you do start off with this plot of water, so you should be fine. But yeah, if it's this bridge over here, you need to own plot, I think it's field 1, or plot 1, which is part of the main starter farm, so we'll have a quick look. No worries. Right, so is it a bascule bridge? I'll just see, so it's on 5 and 6. Okay. 5 and 6, so takes a little while to kick in because it's basically loading all of those new factories and stuff in one go, so it's going to be a little bit slow, but yeah. No worries, buddy, no worries. So while this is loading up, who would you like me to raid over to once I've had a look at this? So we've got T Miller, we've got Mamadou, or Grits Fan 101. Obviously, T Miller is a member of the SGA, who's currently on this map. We have Mamadou, who's a member of the Crusaders, and she's actually a lovely lady, got a beautiful voice. She's currently playing this map as well, and obviously Grits Fan, who's kind of a new streamer, needs a little bit of help to get going, really, I suppose is the best way to put it. But yeah, so pop 1 in for T Miller, 2 for Mamadou, and 3 for Grits Fan in chat, and we'll go over there in just a minute. Right, so we'll confirm that. Obviously, if you're loading in with auto drive for the first time, just hit no. Obviously, X-Man has on his Trello set up the auto drive routes for this map. Just save, exit, and then replace the 2 documents needed. Right, so you're on plots down the bottom there. Okay, so you are these ones here, yeah? So, oh, wrong screen, I need that one. So, yeah, if you're on about these 2 right here, what you need to actually do is own that plot of land, possibly, if you've got the bascule bridges. Yeah, so you'll literally need to own basically plot 19, which is the river, to be able to start loading it. So let me try this first of all. I don't think I've got enough now. So let me add in some money. I'm going to do a quick test, guys. I'm going to purchase the river, buy that, and then we're going to tab down there just to make sure these work. So let me come over here. And we'll just make sure that that is working as well. So, obviously, with bascule bridges, this is one of them. You're going to need concrete barriers, metal, pipe, nails, glass, and prefab walls. And let me come into here. We'll just grab some... Oh, crap. What did I need? Let's do some barriers, because that's the first thing in the map. Barriers. Oh, it just went right past it. Barrier, grab 1 or 2, 3, there we go. Oh, let me put some strength on as well so I can pick these up just to check. And as you can see, that has gone in perfectly fine. So yeah, make sure you own that river and you'll be able to start loading products into it. There we go. So yep, that is definitely working perfectly fine. So yeah, that's obviously the only difference. Obviously, if you do have the standard starts that'll give you the wooden bridges, you will actually need to own like 159 and 160 for those 2 bridges. But obviously if you have the bascule start, which is this one, you will need the waterway, so no worries at all. But there you go, guys. Also, with the bascule start as well, if you're interested, you do get plots 1 and 3. So you'll actually have access to build this bridge from the start as well. But this is actually the same starter area that I actually started with. And same equipment, so just so you see what you get. Excuse me. You get the Dutzfar combine there. I'm trying to think what the heck equipment we actually started off with. Obviously you should have some houses there. Obviously I've actually not got them in my pack at the minute. Obviously you get this little tractor. It's not bad, but struggles a little bit. You get a cultivator, a couple of trays, a cedar, trailers, a cedar, and a couple of nice little tractors. So that's pretty much what you get. Crop wise, let me actually turn on this. Hey Mr. Mouse, how you doing? So field 1 is going to have wheat in it, which is ready to go. Actually, because it's in August, most of this should be ready to go. The second field is going to have canola, ready to go. And then finally, like I mentioned, flax. And you can obviously use that to make some fabric. But anyway, guys, that course, kind of interesting to see it. Because obviously on mine now, obviously I've got my chicken pen over here and all my animals. It's kind of mad. It's weird. But anyway, yeah, that is going to be it. There's also a silo up at the top there if you wanted to as well. You can sell. But yeah, we are actually calling it a day. So let's go over to the ending screen. And oh heck, I did not get it up and running. 1 sec, guys. Let me get this because I closed everything down. I've been asking a question. Oh, I've been asked a question. Does anyone have the link for PV tools or files from the mods from FS19? Yes, I do, Mr. Mouse. I have them all. I will message you in a minute. Everything. Because I've got it right here. Somewhere. Heck. It's on my Google one. Let me come into here. But yeah, let's see. PV stuff, FS19. Actually, I'll put it in chat as well. But I'll send it to you as well in Discord, Mr. Mouse. So there's that. Let me bring up Discord quickly. Yeah, you just have to ask, and I've probably got it already. But everything is in that link. You got all of the individual maps plus PV tools is in there. Now just remember, you cannot download anything. Actually, I don't even know if PV tools is there anymore. Dave might have taken it away. I might have a link for PV tools though. I'll have to go through my Dajnet messages. But yeah, anyway guys, I am going to call it there. Much appreciated obviously to Mr. Six Wheeling for raiding with a party of 50 earlier on. Obviously a big huge thank you to everyone who came out and followed as well and was lurking out there and for the questions. So looking at it, we have a single person who wants to go over to see Mr. T. Miller. So I think that's who we're going to go see today, actually. So, obviously, I will be back again on Friday at my usual time at 5 p.m. UK time. So, what's that, around about midday-ish? I can't remember. Obviously, it's usually the 2 hours before Mr. Dajnet goes live because I usually raid over to him on Friday. So, yeah. But we are going to go over and see what Mr. T. Miller is up to. So if you've got any further questions, you're more than welcome to ask him. Obviously, I'll be over there as well for a little while. So let's get this raid going, if this is going to behave or not. Come on. There it goes. It's finally kicking in, hopefully. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. And yeah. Boo just got on. Oh, Mr. Vertex. Oh, dude. Well, see you again soon anyway, and have a great one. But yeah, let's go see what Mr. T. Miller is up to today. Bye for now.